What's good? 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 Welcome back to Boss Talks Podcast. As y'all know, on the show, anything goes. What's good? 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 Sorry, I got it playing over here on another device. Turn that damn volume down real quick. All right, so yeah, seen in the chat, the bullshit already. Y'all go hit the thumbs up like right away. You know what I'm saying? If you're new, please do subscribe. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm starting. It's starting to be a pattern. Pure hate from the. I don't even have to. I just as soon as I put that notification out, and it's from the same people. They just changed their name. It's from the same people, the same hate. They just changed their name, but they try to make it seem like it's more and more people that hating on me. Same old people. Same old people. You know what I'm saying? Don't even gotta say their name. They ain't getting no clout. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. They want clout. I go 2 months without saying their name, bruh. They gonna literally go into a depression because they're like, damn, nobody's talking about me no more. It's so weird. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all don't even gotta say his name. You know. But um uh 1 second, y'all. Sorry to do this. Gotta do a little something real quick. Um,
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
well, in a second. So yeah, I do want to let y'all know my boy is out of jail. You know what I'm saying? You know, my nigga Defcon the Bull. You know.
They say, guess who's back in the motherfucking field? Hey, bro, you miss me though? Hey, yeah, I've been watching you motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Just know that.
Guess what?
He knows all the motherfuckers
Shit
that
just
was really,
about to get real,
that
ain't
really
it?
fuck with him.
Oh, look at me. Ooh, Lord, look at me. Guess who's back to the field? You know what? I always said to myself, I said, man, I wonder self. General Delta, DEFCON, NFAC, NFAR, shit, nigga. Hey, the last one's left, my nigga. I always said to myself, I wonder, if we ever get jammed up, how will the people react? The same motherfuckers that we came out, you know what I mean? Risk. I'm in there.
Yeah. It's like that. So you know, I just wanted to play. Hopefully, y'all was able to hear that clearly. I know sometimes when I try to play something off of let me know if y'all actually heard that clearly. If y'all didn't, I'm about to replay it. So I'm gonna get my boy on the show. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they say when you get locked up, you find you realize who's really there for you and ain't, and who actually gives a flying fuck and all, all the above. You know what I'm saying? And okay, cool. That bet that. So, and not even just donating. You know what I'm saying? Like actually, like trying to reach out. Like while he was locked up, did you? And I'm talking about just the people that say they fuck with him. Did you message him on IG? Did you text him or anything like that? Like me, I didn't have to text him. I got to talk to him, and then some bullshit happened, and you know how it was. They probably found out who I am and was like, no, we're not gonna allow him to speak to him. Blah blah blah. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But he's back out. You know what I'm saying? We're back communicating. They can't stop that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, most definitely he got to, which I didn't like that he was in there, but at the same time I'm glad he really got to figure out who's really fucks with him, who's there for him. Like I said, it didn't even have to do anything with donations. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey bro, I can't believe, just reaching out to him, let him know that you was thinking about him, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who did it? Well, I mean, y'all gotta tell me who did it. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? He, bro, we've already talked. He's like, I already know. You know what I'm saying? I see who really gave a flying fuck. You know what I'm saying? Who really cared and, this, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Trust me. Trust and believe I knew he was out before anybody. You know what I'm saying? And we got motherfuckers that think they know what the fuck was going on, saying some fuck shit. But he's out. It's official. Thank God, But like I said, it was a learning experience for him. And yeah, to the ones that talk to him or hit him up on a regular or here and there when he wasn't when he was on the streets, the ones that did that and didn't hit him up or say, hey bro, just want you to know I'm thinking about you when you or whatever, when you get out, hopefully you'll get this when you get out, if because I didn't allow y'all to know where he was, so you'll sound like y'all could write him or call him. It was like that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And even though me and his mom knew where he was, that's pretty much maybe a couple more people knew where he was, but he's back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get him on the show. I'm gonna try, because at the same time he's like, man, fuck this social media shit. Even though he came on, he let y'all heard the audio. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he knows. But hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's out. And yeah, I'm happy about that. But so I'm gonna switch up the subject a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody has been paying attention, like has been watching the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I definitely wanted to speak on that, maybe even show some footage, and go, just let it play, speak on it or whatever. But I hope, I really do hope, if he gets away with if he walks away free, I really hope what happened in 2020 when everybody was out in the street, I hope that happens, but at a larger scale. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we seen, all that shit started last year when George Floyd got killed by the cop, and Minneapolis started it off, and then it spread like wildfire. You know what I'm saying? It spread all the way to me to where I got my motherfucking arm broke. I mean, that's how. That the protest spread like wildfire to where I'm far from Indianapolis, but it reached me. Yeah, I got tased and my arm broke and all that shit. Still dealing with that shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as court wise, trial and all that. But you know, I I mean, he's guilty straight the fuck up. Well, see, the truth behind the lies, those weren't riots. Those were protests. That's my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion, says it's riots and all that shit. But people said that, like, the Minneapolis, when shit started getting caught on fire, that was the police that did that. You know what I'm saying? People just hear what they hear on the news. If you're not there in person, you really don't have nothing. You can't say something. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there in Minneapolis, but I've watched real lives, the real lives, not what's shown on the news and the narratives painted on the news. I watched the lives in Louisville. I know people. Shit, Summer, for example, she was a live streamer. I know other people too that live stream, and I watched other live streams of Louisville. I was in a fucking protest in Louisville. I protested for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? I got my 2 days in for the Breonna Taylor in Louisville. I protested like 4 times last year. Not much, but it's just because where I'm at, they didn't have a protest. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the one that I got tased at. I actually had to drive about an hour to about an hour and a half to get there. You know what I'm saying? So that I had just heard they were doing it. It was like over Facebook and shit. And I'm like, oh shit, because I seen it all the protests on TV and on the live, and I'm like, hey, I'm nigga, that's me. That's the shit I'm on. So yeah, I drove out to one, did that, and then I did the Breonna Taylor one in Louisville, and yeah, so people paint narratives and shit from what they see off the news. You gotta watch more than that. You gotta watch the real deal. Alive, not just a short clip where they give you a narrative where they're like, look at this. No, you watch the live of what happened before that, because the news likes to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if I say, just say if I say something, but they crop what I said to make it look like I'm saying some dumb shit. Like, say, for example, if I say, I hate protesters, but yet, and then someone take that part that I'm letting y'all know. What if I just said I hate protesters, right? And then someone cropped that little part that said I hate protesters and said, you see what he said? They didn't see what happened before that. Me telling y'all, I'm just telling y'all, giving y'all example of what they like to do. They'll take your words, the little short clip it out, and then don't show what else was said to show that you really didn't say you hate protesters. You were just saying, you're trying to prove a point. They do shit like that. So, yeah, that's why it's good. We'll see. Yeah, nobody wants violence. You know what I'm saying? But we are allowed to protest. You know what I'm saying? And it gets violent, trust me when I say this. I've been in enough protests to see and or watched enough to see exactly what, and it's the cops that really sets it off. Protesters don't just go out there and just start breaking shit. They said Antifa was doing all this and that. I mean, these were people that were just trying to get the protesters in trouble so they can get us off the streets. You know what I'm saying? Paid people to get us off the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's why they would have them big pile of bricks. A fucking, it's like a forklift just dropped off a big pile of bricks, neatly stacked at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come get me. Come throw me through the window. I mean, they was dealing with shit like that, you know. Like I said, protest needs to happen. People going out there letting it be known this is bullshit. But it's always the cops. Because like the George Floyd one, Breonna Taylor, had to do with cops hurting somebody innocently. An innocent person got hurt, right? So when you go to a legal protest that we can do, and then someone gets shot in the fucking face with a pepper ball or a rubber bullet, I don't know if y'all have seen that shit. Fucks the shit up. You can knock your teeth out, break your nose. If you get hit in the eye, you will lose that bitch. If you get hit straight in the eyeball, that type of shit. I mean, yeah, it's not a bullet, and it's gonna like kill you, but the shit can fuck you up, leave bruises. You know what I'm saying? Like, no cap. So when that happens, of course, people will be like, "Oh hell no, y'all want to shoot innocent people?" Yeah, of course, there's gonna be violence. The people just that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, I had a landlord. You know what I'm saying? And I had to get about it. I had a landlord, you know, and he was like, shit, if I was to see somebody out in the like walking on the road, I'm gonna run him over. I said, what? I said, you would get your car fucked up too. Best believe that. And you'd probably get pulled up out that car and fucked up. It's always going to be a peaceful protest. Yeah, they might be cussing your ass out. There's a reason. I mean, shit. Like when the cops did shit, and then, the Breonna Taylor stuff, whenever no cop was charged, yeah, people get pissed off about that. But it's always the cops that start the violence. You know what I'm saying? If we're there for peaceful protest, and then the cop does something again on some fuck shit, okay, then what? You can't be mad when motherfuckers set shit off and then want to say, oh, they're just violent, they're criminals and thugs and all this other shit. But they don't ever want to point out that the cop shot a random person in the face with a pepper ball. You know, I mean, people really just got to go back and, just watch the beginning, not halfway. Like, and I think Louisville did like they did like over 100 days straight of protesting. By the 50th day, yeah, they're already on some shit because the cops did some fuckery during the protest at the beginning. You got to go back and watch. People got to watch the beginning. The protesters wasn't doing no dumb shit. You know, if the cops want a war type of shit where they want to start shooting at motherfuckers for no reason, hey, whenever they was getting, the firecrackers that you put in the tube and it goes up in the air, like that gives you a good show. Boom. Big sparkles, right? Them bitches was getting aimed at cops and it was just exploding in front of them, right? Now, I'm not saying I condone violence, but hey, they should think, Pete, these people that are on the protest, they have a heart. They got hurt behind what they saw on TV, like Breonna Taylor, and then we all seen George Floyd get choked to death, get suffocated, calling out for his mom. That shit really made me mad. That's why I protested, and I got fucking, my arm broke and then arrested, and I'm still dealing with that shit. So, you know, I mean, for the people that ain't got a heart, they wouldn't understand. Y'all don't understand. So, yeah, I want that to happen again. And what I want to happen again is protest. You know what I'm saying? Because something is telling me that just something is telling me that Kyle's gonna get it. The judge, oh my God. It's almost like I mean, I know you got the jury, but the judge, it's just like, I mean, it was ridiculous. The prosecutor that was drilling the fuck out of Kyle made him cry like a baby back bitch that he is. How are you going to be in videos beating up on a girl? How are you going to, yeah, I shot 3 people. You know what I'm saying? This and that. And saying, on the, the trial today that, he was in fear for his life because the guy kept chasing him. So when people are chasing you, that means that you're going to die? That's what you're saying? Bitch, they chased you because you shot somebody for no fucking reason. You said he had a Molotov, nigga. That was the first person you shot. The nigga had an empty fucking bag. And you turned around because you heard a gunshot, right? And this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the storyline. From he heard a gunshot and he assumed it was that guy. So he went back and shot that man and killed him. So, yeah, if a person sees somebody shoot an innocent person, and y'all got to understand, people was already saying this nigga was aiming the gun at him before he even shot anybody. The nigga was 17 thinking he's a real soldier and shit because, yeah, he was there with apparently around people that actually was in military before. I don't know if they was still in there or if they just was in there before. I don't know that much. But I do know that, yeah, he was there with somebody that was once in the military. So, no, like Robbie said, that motherfucker was showing hella favor for Kyle. That prosecutor was giving, I don't like prosecutors and judges and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, that prosecutor did a damn good job questioning Kyle. You know what I'm saying? He did a damn good job. You know what I'm saying? Like a real psychologist type shit. The way he was asking him questions to try to catch him up, you know what I'm saying? All that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? He did good. He made his little bitch ass cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, the motherfucker wasn't, like, you telling me you're sitting here thinking you're crying because you're thinking about when you was getting chased. No, you're crying because nigga, you got so much going through your mind and your life is on the line. Literally, like if you're gonna go to prison or not. That's why you're really crying. You're not crying because you killed them. You showed no remorse that day. You could tell in the video you wasn't upset when you killed them. You had no feelings. It was obvious in the video you had no feelings when you shot them. I mean, like I said, No, it's boring. What we're saying is, while that prosecutor is drilling the fuck out of him with questions, he's objecting on some dumb shit. Then he says, "I have a video." One of his partners did this thing. It was with I think it was iPhone or iPad, but it's an enhancement that basically will help it zoom in closer to where you can see better. The judge objected to that. Oh no. Well, first the other attorney or prosecutor, whatever he was, I didn't like him. The one that was really for Kyle, I don't even want to watch what the fuck he was saying. Like, I didn't like him at all. I mean, really, like, honestly, anybody that's like, I don't even want to hear someone talking about how Kyle's innocent. I don't want to hear it. Like, I don't. Because I don't believe it. You're not gonna change my mind. Just like I can't change anybody's mind that believes that he's innocent. So that's how this country is right now. It's, this is one of those cases like last year. Breonna Taylor case was huge. 2021, this is the case. This is one of the big cases right now. So, and this is I'm telling you, either way it goes, shit's gonna fucking happen. Bad shit, probably. Like protests, and it can get violent. Because if he goes to jail behind this, all of those right-wing type supporters, they're gonna be upset. Just like the left or whatever you want to call it. The other people you could say, like myself or whatever, if he goes to jail or whatever, we're going to be good with it. But if he don't, we're going to be upset like a motherfucker. A lot of us. Yeah, I forgot Ahmaud Arbery's trial still going on. I literally forgot about that. But that too. Like, yeah. If they got away with that shit, if they got away with killing Ahmaud Arbery, oh man. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, if any of that type of shit happens, I promise you, I believe that this is a setup to make what happened last year happen again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be real. If Trump was still president, that would happen. Because, I mean, the people that follow Trump, they just thought, okay, I can do whatever I want. Literally, that's what they did. They stormed the White House. I mean, the Capitol building, and made themselves at home. You know what I'm saying? They were gonna hold people motherfuckers hostage and shit. Now, like whenever yeah, Ahmaud Arbery case, yeah, it is important. It is to us. Now, what I'm saying, the Kyle case is bigger because you got the people that believe that Kyle's innocent, right? And then we got us that believe he's not. And then, now hear me out. This is why I say it's bigger. We believe that, there's more. I feel like there's more people invested into this on Kyle's case than Ahmaud Arbery. Because Ahmaud Arbery, it's more of the black people that's, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that, like, it's Trump is not the reason we protested. No, I'm not saying Trump is the reason we protested. I'm saying Trump is the reason why it got as bad as it did. he was the one that the cause of why they stormed I don't know why I keep saying the White House, the Capitol building in the summer. I don't think it's not important to everybody. Y'all think it's important to the people that believe that those guys are innocent? That's what I'm saying. Like it's important to a lot of people, yes. Like NFAC, that was the reason why they went out there. That was the first time they had went out there to Brunswick, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason. Because, you know, you don't see like the right wing, like all those racist fucks. I'll just call them Trump supporters. You don't really see them talking about Ahmaud Arbery case and the guy that you don't see him talking about that as much as you do with Kyle. That's what I'm saying. That is a bigger case than Ahmaud Arbery. Regardless, I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's less important because, nigga, I got pictures of, I trust me, I support Ahmaud Arbery, you know what I'm saying, and all that shit. That's us that supports them. I'm saying with the Kyle Rittenhouse shit, that shit, there's more people invested into that shit because there's people a lot of people that support him and a lot of people that don't. Y'all will see for yourself. If y'all, I mean, I understand people's up in here saying it's important. Oh, I sound like Antifa, whatever. The numbers aren't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look on TV right now. Who is being talked about more? Y'all just compare. Y'all, that's what y'all need to do after this live. Y'all compare the numbers of who's paying attention to Ahmaud Arbery compared to Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse is white. Ahmaud Arbery is black. They're gonna talk about more of Kyle Rittenhouse because they don't the news and shit is like Fox and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll drop the link. Shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, look, I see more Kyle Rittenhouse on YouTube and on the news than I see Ahmaud Arbery trial. Am I wrong, or am I do I just not see the shit right? You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong, or do y'all see Ahmaud Arbery more than y'all see Kyle Rittenhouse? Let's be real. Let's be real. What do y'all see more of right now on the news or on YouTube, where it's just, what do you see more of? Kyle Rittenhouse or Ahmaud Arbery? Let's also think about this. Kyle Rittenhouse got millions of dollars donated to him, right? Ahmaud Arbery didn't get that. Y'all gotta see where I'm going with this. I'm not saying I don't support Ahmaud Arbery. I motherfucking do. And I want them motherfuckers that shot him to suffer for this. You know what I'm saying? But, bruh, this Rittenhouse case is bigger. I'm not saying that it's not important. So that's what I'm meaning. So don't think I'm sitting here saying that Ahmaud Arbery's trial is not important. Oh, it is. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it'll be the Kyle Rittenhouse trial that, I mean, sets shit off, and it'll set shit off too with Ahmaud Arbery, trust me. But I just feel like there's more people invested in the Kyle Rittenhouse or looking into the Kyle Rittenhouse than Ahmaud Arbery. It's fucked up, but that's, it's just how it is. What's good? What's good?
Hey, hold on. My earphones dropped. Hold on. I just came in from outreach and I jumped on. I wanted to jump on and talk to you about this. So, why do you think that his case is more important than with Aubrey, the one
No,
guy?
I don't think it's more important. I think more people are invested. Like I was saying, if you look on the news or just even scroll through YouTube, you're gonna see more Kyle Rittenhouse than you see Ahmaud Arbery.
I'm invested. I'm an activist. I protest. I've protested plenty of times. I'm invested in every single case that's going on. The reason why the white boy, what's his name, Rittenhouse or whatever, dude, first of all, most people know that he's going to get off. Unfortunately, it's a very, very sad thing, and I don't think he should get off. I think he should be prosecuted to the fullest. But Brianna and so many other cases have taught us that he's going to get off. And so the reason why the Ahmaud case, why people really need to be paying attention to that, there's only one black juror person that's been picked so far. His case is very, very important, just as important as George Floyd's, just as important as Breonna Taylor's. The Rittenhouse or the white dude or whatever his name is, and sorry, I don't get his names right, but I mean, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, he's probably going to get off with a slap on the wrist, if anything.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's when shit's gonna.
But we're not. I mean, people are watching it because we're hoping that it'll change different. But I don't know. I don't know if to sit there and just be like more people are more invested in his case and not, Ahmaud's case. I don't know if that's true.
All you got to do is just you can type in Ahmaud Arbery on YouTube, right? And you just look at the views. Look at how many views compared to the views of Kyle Rittenhouse.
There's more white people in this world, right? Which really sucks. Okay. I mean, most people realize that this kid's going to get off because of his fucking white privilege. It's disgusting. It's ridiculous. His mother should be charged. There's so many people besides him that needs to be charged in this whole situation, right? But the fact is that it's probably going to get off.
And just like you said,
let's talk.
Ahmaud Arbery is black.
And that's why we need to be talking about him.
Yes.
That's why we need to be blowing his case up. That's why we need to be advertising every single thing. I mean, do you know anything about the jury selection and his case?
No.
You should.
Well, but still, what I'm saying is, though, because of all this, I mean, numbers don't lie.
But what's important to us? What's important to us?
I understand. Okay. I mean, the NFAC came out because of Ahmaud Arbery, you know what I'm saying? But what I was saying was, I mean, I'm gonna be watching and paying attention to it, but it's just, I was just saying, look, more people, it's gonna be a bigger reaction out of the country with calls.
There's so much division amongst people. I really don't think a whole lot. I think you in your mind think that a lot of shit's gonna go down, and if Kenosha doesn't get, if he doesn't go to jail, I don't see that happening. Sweetie, I marched for. I've been protesting for a very long time. I didn't protest just a couple of days. I marched for over a year, getting shot, tear gas, all of that. And tons of people have. And when you're in that community, hardcore in that community, unfortunately, we have so much division in our own communities. We need to fix that. Because there are going to be some serious big things that are going to be happening. And we're so worried about petty ass drama than understanding that he's got one black man in his juror.
Yeah.
That should be unacceptable.
Yeah,
we should be throwing a fit about that, but you didn't even know that until I told you.
No, I knew. I didn't know about Ahmaud's. I knew about Kyle.
That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about Ahmaud's.
Oh well,
that's what you should be knowing about. And this is a very friendly. I got respect for you and everything, but I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. You being NFAR and everything. If somebody comes to you and asks you about Ahmaud's case, I want, be able to talk about it.
I mean, I
Push
don't know.
that case out there. This white
I
boy's
know
getting all
some
kinds of
stuff,
attention. This white
but
boy's getting all kinds of attention. The Pillow Man raised a shitload of money for him. Them white people backed him, and they're gonna continue to back his ass.
that's what I'm saying. It's getting more attention than
So
Ahmaud
let's
Arbery.
get let's make sure Ahmad gets attention then.
I mean, yeah, we could talk about it. I mean, yeah, I mean that's cool. My
Hello?
point, that wasn't my point. That I'm not gonna. I'd rather talk about Kyle. No, I'm just saying, like, what I'm seeing, what I seen today on the trial, I thought it was fucked up, and I think people was just taking it wrong, thinking I'm saying it's not important. Yeah, it is important. What I'm saying is, as far as if Kyle gets away with this, the streets is gonna. I guarantee it's gonna happen just like last
Hey,
year.
boss,
What's
Robbie.
good?
can you hear me?
Yup.
Yeah, I just didn't want to lose my train of thought real quick because I just wanted to chime in because this is exactly the situation I'm talking about. To me, the Ahmad situation with those gentlemen going after him and the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, they're both basically the same argument that I'm saying that people need to focus on. And it started years ago with the whole concept you give somebody an inch, you take a foot. We
Mm-hmm.
allow cops to get away with, I fear for my life, right? Specifically white cops, whether you thought they were racist or not, you could check their Facebook channel, whatever. Just bottom line is, then they started coming up with laws, stand your own ground. So again, people could use the idea of fear to be protected by the law. So then I'm talking about for years, you can go back, thank God to YouTube. It could be a video just talking about Star Wars or Oreo cookies. You had all these right wing extremists going there talking about being deputized. All these militia people talking about, because that's the code word, the buzzword. We need to protect property because people are rioting and looting and blah, 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 blah. So Trump kind of gave you the dog whistle when he said stand by and stand down. And there was a couple of sheriffs that were talking about deputizing people, talking about we need help. Let's just keep it a buck. A lot of these people in some of these right wing groups are law enforcement and vice versa. There's overlap. So it's not even about Kyle. It's about the fact that once something like a verdict is passed where he gets off, they're going to use this as a loophole in the law so that in the future, let's say if there is somebody who isn't going to a protest to protect property, which doesn't make any damn sense because that's what the police are supposed to be there for anyway. Which brings me to my point: his ass had no reason to be down there in the first place. I don't care if the president invited you down there. That's what I'm saying. That's the I'm white and I say so law, kind of like how some are saying with the double standard. And that's what I've been trying to say when people been cockeyed and kikiing over the last couple of months, even with Ozone's case. I was always saying, I said, look, man, they want to make an example out of Ozone. And I literally would use Kyle Rittenhouse as an example in terms of how much money was raised. I said, we keep forgetting that for some people, racism is a team sport, right? And the crazy thing is, right, once this happens, see, they want to be able to legally be able to shoot you and gun you down and get off. That's really what this boils down to. It's almost like the Klan, Jim Crow 2.0. Let's just say Kyle gets off and some people go down there and they get upset. They're young people caught up in their emotions, not being emotionally intelligent. Then not to count that like you said, you could have police agent provocateurs smashing out windows or whatever. Some of these people, they've been talking about it, the Turner Diaries and all this, the hardcore white right-wing extremists, they've been talking about race war type stuff, soft race war stuff for a minute. And I've been trying to tell goofy Negroes that, and they never listen. So that's why I'm just like, I'm keeping my eyes on a swivel because I feel like the only reason why we haven't had outright blood in the streets is because a lot of those people get the dog whistle. Look, Trump's going to get reelected in 4 years. Just calm down. That's why you're going to get a slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're going to get a slap on the wrist for storming the Capitol. We're showing you through the justice system how white privilege works. So that means calm down. You don't have to act like black people. Black people don't get protected by the law. Black people have to have an extreme situation where we pay the family off and get an NDA, right? We'd rather pay you $14 million than to say the cops are crooked. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'd rather pay you off and shut you up
Yep.
than to admit the fact. Now, that's some sick psychology that we can break down and people can make all the excuses they want to calm down their political view, because this is not a political issue, this is a morality issue. I'm all for gun rights. In fact, that's my whole point. If a black man feels afraid, then that's why Ozone should be out right now, because he feared for his life. If we want to go that route, whether we want to say there was another shooter or whatever. Let's just keep it real what the main issue is and the hypocrisy is. Me right now, as a black man, if I fear for my life, I don't care if you're wearing a uniform or if you're somebody that's a self-imposed deputy of the law, and you accuse me or think, because we see all these Karens, right? We can't sit here and act like white people have good, flawless judgment. There are people who can accuse you of stealing when you're not stealing. There's people who can say you're suspicious when you live in your own neighborhood. There's people who can criminalize you, even if you're not doing wrong. I don't want to hear any bullshit about statistics. I'm a law abiding citizen. And if I have a gun on me and you choose to threaten my life, white, black, blue, green, purple, I should be able to defend myself. Now, if you put yourself in a situation that you know is going to be hostile, and come on, man, anybody past the fifth grade knows all the racial tension that had been brewing, and the media wasn't helping it. But like I said, some of these groups have been waiting on this moment, man. So we have opened the door and cracked the door for a fascist to come in. So all I'm saying is, I tell people with Biden, man, we're just in the eye of the storm. Expect it to get worse. And so when I see some of these goofy niggas that don't get it, like I say, we need to have as many allies as we can have, because what'll happen is you'll have a Gestapo Germany situation where people will turn a blind eye to the brown shirts. Think about it. Kyle shot white men. He wasn't stupid. He could have shot some black people if he wanted to. I think that is the only reason why there wasn't complete, total, like, buildings burning. Can you imagine if he would have actually shot black protesters? He wasn't totally stupid. He knew what he was doing, and he
No,
knew.
he would have if he would have if he could have.
Can I?
Nah, he had
Can I?
plenty of opportunities to do that. He was selective with it. Go ahead, Summer. Chime in.
Um, he knew exactly what he was doing, and I feel like I agree with Robbie. He had every opportunity to shoot black people if he wanted to. He shot white people. He shot people that the cops and everybody look at as Antifa, right? That's what they think, that they thought all the protesters. They thought, oh, I don't know how many times I got called Antifa. I just figured out what Antifa was a couple years ago. But somebody said in the comments, this isn't a white privilege thing. I disagree with that. It is a very white privilege thing. When have you ever known a black man to walk down the middle of any street in any city and just shoot people and then go home?
And like I was saying about the views, I just looked it up. Like I put Ahmaud Arbery trial. I scrolled, and the most that I could see was 98,000 views. I just type in Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I'm seeing 400 and something thousand views, 500 and something thousand views, 300, 100 and some thousand views, all on different channels. That was just my whole point. That's what I mean by it is nationally bigger than what they're pushing them on. They're not gonna push them
Because
on.
this is going to be a MAGA victory. This is going to be
And
a
that's
MAGA
why it's
victory.
our job to push his case, to make sure
And
his case is at a forefront.
look, in the Ahmaud thing, even if they only have one black juror, they know in that situation it's in their best interest to not talk about it much, because that is about as hot as George Floyd, because that's like obvious murder. You know what I'm saying? But here's my question to all the hypocrites, which is why eventually we may end up trading bullets down the road. When do I have a right to fear for my life? Let's take all the politics out of it. Let's take these big cases out. I'm minding my own business, and somebody is full of Trump juice, full of racism, or whatever political propaganda they've been watching on YouTube for the last month, jerking off the Jergens, and they have a problem. They got a chip on their shoulder. Do I have a right to blow your motherfucking head off? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there's been too many of our ancestors that have been drug out of their house and shot, killed, similar in the style that our mob was killed. If you think we're gonna let that shit ride, you're out of your rabbit ass mind. I have a right to defend myself. I have a right to fear for my life. The point is, when do you agree that as an American citizen or a human being, I have a right to be equally as afraid as you and be justified? That's the main issue.
I agree. I just think that I mean, I do agree. Right, The one dude is getting a lot of views. His trial, I mean, his trial's it's a big trial, and unfortunately, it's really sickening because I don't want to see whether you think this is white privilege or not. I don't want to see this kid get off because what he did was completely fucked up, completely all the way around. I don't care if the person he shot was orange. I don't give a shit. When I say white privilege, I mean he walked up in that protest. He drove from another state. He walked in that protest. He killed people. You know what I mean? Like he did all this shit, and he was able to drive home. Boss, you think you gonna drive home if you do some shit like that?
No,
You think any of us would sit here? No, it wouldn't happen. I mean, shit. Before the kid was even the case even began, it was over with. Shit, he was backed. Everything was paid. Everything was taken care of. Everything. And yes, these crazy fucking, I don't know what wing you call them, but these crazy fucking people, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna make. Unfortunately, I don't see. If you did this, boss, I don't see the same thing going on. You know what I mean? And that's why I say it's white privilege. Because again, if my husband went to where we lived at and just decided to shoot a bunch of people, he'd be dead. He wouldn't have never made it home. If one of my sons did that, they'd be dead. They would have never made it home.
And you know what? To piggyback on what you said, Summer, because some of these cats can eat a dick. See, whenever a black man does a shooting, what do they always say? Is it justifiable force? You
That's
motherfucking
right.
hypocrites make me mad. It's not like somebody had a gun out on this fucker. I'm talking about when he
Yep.
shot the first dude in the head. You know what I'm saying? That made him an active shooter. And you know what?
Yep.
He should have got his punk ass beat with his own fucking gun for doing that punk ass shit. You know what I mean? And if you're justifying that piece of shit, man, you really have a fucking problem. And those are the kind of people that I'm saying that'll sit here and make excuses for some coward that could shoot me because he's a
Yep.
pussy. It's like you shouldn't have been there in the first place. How you gonna guard a place if you're a pussy? You shouldn't be there. Don't you know
He
these people got insurance on their cars and on their businesses anyway? It's all a fucking game, man. They bottom line is look, you went there looking for a problem because these people get on 4chan, Reddit, and all this shit, and they fantasize about
Yep.
shooting black men and watermelon. Come on. And they hate white women who sleep with black men because they call them mud sharks. I know you fuckers. I've argued with you plenty of times. You're not gonna
they call them
bullshit me.
nigga lovers, but with
Right,
the
all
ER,
that
that's
shit,
what my
man.
mom was
What it
called.
is what y'all got to understand is, and that's what's kind of game over for us. See, they are going to start deputizing these people. The reason being, you know that, is because they already let them in the police force. You already let these kind of people in the police force, man, that have these polarized views. The only difference now is they just want to cut paper, the paper short and just say, you know what, the police are outnumbered. We need, it's a hate crime to threaten an officer. But guess what? First Amendment rights. Anybody could just say, "Hey, boss, you feel threatened? I'm going to stand outside your house with a gun, and if somebody just yells at me, that gives me the right to shoot them." An officer can't shoot you just for yelling at them. Do you know how many white dudes have yelled at police officers and called them commie faggots? You know what I mean? And throw them off and shit, and don't even get their ticket. That's the thing you gotta understand, man. We all are neighbors. We live together. Stop being a fucking hypocrite and tell me that I have to accept a double standard of law because there's nowhere else for me to go. And I'm not saying I want to leave America. Just stop making excuses for people when they do wrong. Because if you're not going to do it, then you give us no choice but to defend ourselves. That's it. But it's a lose-lose for us because I already see the writing on the wall. Why do you think they got all these prisons built that are empty in states? They've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? Socially and politically, they're pandering more to the Hispanic vote. In other words, they don't really need the black vote. That's what I've been trying to tell black folks for a while. And if we're just being brutally honest, that's why I can salute somebody like Summer because she's seen both sides of it. Look, she understands if she wanted to, she could just bask in white privilege and just say, you know what? You guys just have to vote about it. You guys just have to talk about it. She could totally turn her back to it. So it's very rare that you have white people who are honest enough to just admit that, hey, there's some unfair shit going on. Because I can tell you right now, there's plenty of Hispanics that are probably like, hey, you know what? That's not our fucking problem. Until somebody at the border gets their ass. Until somebody like Trump gets back in office and he says, you know what? Take the gloves off. Anybody who's not white, anybody who's not a WASP, white, Anglo-Saxon, Protestant, can catch these hands and get this work, man. So in a way, that's why I say when Trump was in office, shoot, when motherfuckers would accuse me of stealing and they were Hispanic, I look at them like, are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? I mean, are
Yeah,
you kidding me? Come on, we both in the same boat. What's your problem?
during when we were protesting for in Louisville here for the Breonna Taylor thing, I can't tell you how many times we had patriots, we had 3%ers, we had all these different groups. I mean, there were so many groups that I didn't really know who some of them were. You know what I mean? But like so many times we caught these 3%ers or whoever hiding on top of garages, shooting at us, doing all this kind of stuff. Do you think anybody did anything to them? No. Actually, the cops caught them, took their guns, and gave them a ride back to their car. Now, let that have been one of us to do that, we'd have been dead. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, shit, while we were protesting, David McAtee was barbecuing down at his business, and he was shot and killed, and they blamed it on protest, and there wasn't even no protesting going on down there. You know what I mean? But not one of those three, not one.
Protest with him.
Huh?
That's the guy with like the I mean, it's kind of like a fro, but it's more laid down. Light skin
No,
guy.
David McAtee's dead.
No, yeah,
the National Guard. No, National Guard. The guy with the big pretty smile.
I thought there was a guy that usually had the speaker. I thought he got killed too.
That was Travis.
Yeah, he
so
got
David McAtee. Yes, I know. I haven't made it that far because we've actually had quite a few people get killed in Louisville during the protests.
Yeah, I was saying I had protested with Travis.
Yeah, Travis was amazing, and we miss him so much. And life has not been the same without him. But the same thing with
you know what's scary, and maybe you can attest if you saw any of this, because people did see these in another protests, and you can Google it if people think I'm exaggerating. You had people, what do they call it? They were pretending to be law enforcement. They had zip ties, they had like tactical gear, and they were sitting there taking protesters, put them in vans, put them in SUVs, and then conveniently, some of those lynchings that happen, and they kind of brush it over. They try to write them off as suicides. Look, man, we have a real serious race problem in this country, and the biggest problem is a lot of people are in denial, and they know there's some people who will get off this live right now and then go watch World Star Hip Hop and then recite a bunch of nigger jokes and then rinse, repeat, and come back in here, and they're like bipolar with who they are. Because on one end, they want to deny that there's racism, but on the other end, they wouldn't want to trade places with me driving through Mississippi in a heartbeat, especially in a brand new car with some rims. So the point that I'm trying to say to you is, can we just help improve the human experience of each other? It doesn't matter what laws are passed. What matters is if you're on the jury, it shouldn't matter if you're white. You should just have the right thing in your heart.
Yep, you should. But unfortunately, if that's where we were at, if that's where we were, then all this wouldn't be happening. You know what I mean? But I think that we're in a very critical phase, and I believe that so many decades, so many whatever, there's this thing, something that happens and change does come out of it. And I do believe that there is going to be change. I don't think it's going to happen right away, and I think it's going to get worse. And this is why we need to, because what I see amongst all of us, and this isn't just, this is everybody. I don't care if you live in Kenosha. I don't care if you live in California, whatever, people that fight for what we fight for. We get so tired of fighting the system, and the system comes in and divides us. And we're all fighting against each other. While these fools are over there, they raised that boy's fucking money, lawyer's fees, everything. He was straight. And yes, he was wrong. Because, again, he should have never even been there. So, I mean, I'm sorry. I need to stop looking at the chat. Because I don't know how anybody could say that this isn't white privilege in his case, how they couldn't say that, it's just, to me, I don't know. But I think what we should do is really pour in and on unity, on people that are like-minded, that really have a heart for making change and making a difference. And, I understand that, and I don't see nothing wrong with, I remember when Grandmaster and all them came to Louisville. We got to interview them because I'm a 502 live streamer. We interviewed them. A bunch of people did. And I got a little excited, because I didn't know much about the group or anything like that. But I was just like, okay, having a black group come, a militia group come and show everybody that is fighting on the right side, like us, show our people here in Louisville, like, you guys can do this, you guys can unite, you guys can stand, you guys can, the formation aspect of everything, I thought was very powerful. You know what I mean? Now, unfortunately, it just wasn't what we all thought it was going to be. But do I think something like that is needed? 100%. But I also think that we're in such a shitty situation that we need all hands on deck right now. And we all need to come together and we need to focus and really hone in on if we really want the serious change that we can have. The power is in the people. And if the people realize the power they have, we can do this. But we get caught up in our own emotions because of years and generations of hurt and pain and of fucking bullshit like this happening. You know what I mean? So, but this is a really critical time that we need to focus and we need to uplift and build, try to bring as much light to cases like Ahmaud's and so many others, you know what I mean? Because it's time. It's time to raise up. It's not time to play. It's time to raise up. And unfortunately, if we don't do this, if we don't get some kind of unity and go against these idiots, it's going to be a lot worse for us.
I agree, just with a simple fact that, look, why was the Capitol stormed on the 6th? Because
and nothing really happened.
Hold up. No, listen. They felt like the system failed them. People only protest when they feel like the system isn't working. So for people who want to be conservative and don't want to change the system, they want to be deputized or they want to be instruments of keeping things the same, which is what I'm telling you. Mark my words. If they're not already joining law enforcement, some of them, they just want to be what we used to call in the military weekend warriors. But that's also what makes it dangerous, because my whole point is, this is kind of like the George Zimmerman thing. If all you got to do is say you fear for your life, and that's going to be enough for you to get off, there's going to be a whole bunch of senseless violence that's going to go on that's going to make things worse and deepen wounds. That's all I'm saying.
And no, my family did not own slaves. We actually did look into that. Somebody asked me that. So I don't know. I would love to see the one thing about 2020 showed me that people can come together and people are tired. People are really, really tired of this shit fucking happening. But we've got to come together and we truly got to have each other's fucking backs, because what's going on is not okay. It's not okay for anybody. And especially for Black men, Black women, that's not okay. It's not okay. And why am I so invested? Because I grew up in an interracial family. I have an interracial family. It's the only thing that I know. And I don't want anything to ever happen to my sons. My son has been affected by police brutality. You know what I mean? Like, my husband and them have been a lot of shit. And so that's why I will fight to the tooth and end to do anything that I can to make a difference. I will have the hard conversations in rooms. I will, you know what I mean? I got a lot of people pissed off at me right now because I stood on the right side of history. And I will continue and always will. I come from a family that has fought for civil rights for a very long time, long before I was even around. So I don't know. I just think that if something was going to happen to that kid, I mean, the fact that he made it home, whoever drove him up there gave him a rifle, I think that person should also be on, you know what I mean, be getting in trouble. Because I'm going to give my son a gun and take him to another state and be like, okay, go over there. Mm-hmm. It's people over property, period. So what the fuck was he doing? Mm-hmm. He had no business being there.
Yep, and he wasn't old enough, right?
Warren, you said sorry, boss. You said Cal is a possible future good EMT, a firefighter. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want him in my city. The fuck? Sorry, what were you saying, boss?
I forgot. Damn.
I can't believe somebody would Cal is possible. Yeah. I mean, it was, and yes, I don't see how anybody can't say it's white privilege. It's white privilege because this boy drove there. He killed somebody, then he shot somebody else and killed somebody else, and then he was allowed to leave. Like, what? Yeah, that wouldn't happen. So his friend's on trial for giving him the gun. Well, that's good. I've been in and out of the trial because I've been super busy.
Well,
How do
also,
I know? Because an EMT is not going to go, as somebody that's an EMT in a firefighter. Well, what the fact that you're trying to justify that he went and shot and killed people, like, that's kind of crazy to me.
yeah. I'm not saying he didn't, but I do know the guy pled not guilty to giving him a gun. I at the beginning of all this, I heard it was his mom.
Yeah, that's what I had heard too, and then I heard a couple other things. I peek in and out of the trial. You know what I mean? I try to get the side notes or whatever to it because it's just, I don't know. To me, the whole situation is absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, people lost their lives because somebody thought he was a police officer or whatever the fuck he had in his mind and thought he was going to go to another city and handle shit, and they no. So, either way, any way it sums up, I think it's ridiculous and I think it's wrong. Right. Okay. His mom did take him up there. All right. That's what. So, I don't know. I just wanted to, I would love to see us, like, really, yeah, obviously keep up with his trial, and all that kind of stuff, because it is very important. I think Robbie is right to an extent that, yeah, I do think there's going to be some examples made out of this case, and that's what's kind of scary about it. But unfortunately,
Watch it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes me sick to my stomach what he was even allowed to do, because again, if my husband went and did that, or you went and did that, it wouldn't go down like that. He'd have never made it home. My husband would have never made it home to me. He'd be laying in the street dead, and he wouldn't have shot 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, he would have probably barely got to 1. So that to me is what I consider privilege. I don't know how you would chop it up any other way. But maybe I'm wrong.
And it's real fucked up. It's so fucked up. Like the judge, man, like I just feel like he is one. I mean, I think when there's a judge, that judge should be biased. Shouldn't be picking any side. And I feel like he already picked his side.
Unfortunately, I feel like the side was picked when he didn't get arrested, when he was able to go home and do all this other shit. You know what I mean? Like, the side was picked when he was able to walk up to the cops and say he was an EMT or whatever the fuck he did. You know what I mean? Like, and they told him to go home. So, and it's just the Ahmaud case to me I think it is very important. And I think what they're doing with that is, just from the little bits of it, even the jury selection to me is just, how are you a jury of your own, of your peers, when there's only one person that looks like him? I don't think that's cool. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be talking about it,
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
I had watched the trial today of Kyle's, and it rubbed me wrong, so I definitely wanted to bring that up, because just seeing the way the judge was acting, like the prosecutor that was really questioning Kyle, and like asking questions that that are trying to prove him guilty, I guess. The judge was objecting to shit that I'm like, why the fuck would he object to that? All he said was, you're not answering the question. You like, he would ask a question and Kyle would say some other shit. And he's like, but you didn't answer my question. And the judge one time objected to that. I'm like, damn, how the fuck are you gonna object because he said you didn't answer my question?
Yeah, I've heard that, it was, the judge has been a hot mess, but just like Azare said, ultimately it is up to the jury, but unfortunately, like, I would love to see this kid get punished for doing what he did. You know what I mean? it's hard for me when I heard Breonna Taylor's killers not get arrested. You know what I mean? And they're right now trying to get their fucking jobs back. You know, so many other cases like that. So I will be pleasantly surprised, and I'm humble enough to say, okay, I was wrong. But it's just the setup of it, man. It's hard for me. That's why I think it's hard for me to watch the trial, because it's just like, okay, here's another situation. Here's another situation where the justice system does not work the right way. I hope you're right, that he does go to prison. I really do. And like I said, I will be woman enough to sit here and say, hey, you know what? I was wrong, you know, but like I said, call it just the history of what we've seen, especially in just the last since Trayvon Martin. You know what I mean? We can even go keep going back further than that. So many times that stuff has happened and people hasn't been held accountable when they should. And that's disgusting to me. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. So I guess we'll see. Best part was Kyle was crying and looking over the real quick. Yes, I did. I did see that. So I don't know. That's all I was jumping on to talk about was, you know, that. And just, you know, and by the way, anybody, you all want to come to Louisville, November 16th, we are I'm doing a march in Jackson County for a young lady that was killed in the prison, killed in the jail. Her family's not getting any answers or anything like that. So if anybody's around and wants to come down for that, come on down. We'd love to have you. And we're still trying to make sure these fucking cops don't get their jobs back. So yeah, Cosgrove or whatever. He's been trying to get his job back for the last 2 days. So we'll see. But yeah, it's just, you know, I hope the kid gets held accountable. I really do. And I guess, you know, and let's all take this time, because whether it's this case or whether it's a mod or whatever, something's going to end up happening, and we need to be focused. We need to know what the fuck we're doing, and we need to do it. You know what I mean? Like, because 2020 was amazing, but when the system and people that like to throw the words ops around and all this stupid shit, that's a strategic play from people in the system to separate and divide. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't see how some people can't see that. So we need to get our shit together. That's just my opinion, because we gotta fight on our hands, and I think we can make some change. You know, there were some things that were changed, not enough. I think there's a lot more that needs to be changed, because, as we know, none of Breonna Taylor's cops got charged, you know, and so many other cops. They've, you know, like I said, we have David McAtee. He was killed like 3 or 4 days into the protesting, because the cops and stuff went down to the hood, and where these guys always hang out at in a gas station parking lot, listen to their music, drink their beer, eat barbecue, have a good time. It's like a guys club, you know what I mean? And the cops used that opportunity to say that there were people protesting, and they went down and they killed one of our most amazing people in our city, you know, and it was absolutely fucking ridiculous. And then let his body lay there for 12 hours. And we had all kinds of, you know, agitators and shit that day. We had 3%ers trying to give people bricks and shit to throw at the cops. And I'm like, nah, this is a setup. If we gonna do some shit, we not prepared. Like, and we don't need to do it like that. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot of fucked up shit out there, and you have to be smart enough. And, you know, I think it's funny the way people throw these. I mean, don't get me wrong, motherfuckers is ops. There's a lot of fucking ops out there, but you should have enough fucking common sense to see when people really believe in the same fight you do. You know what I mean? And I know we get that, you know, but more so speaking to the chat. But yeah, I just hope that we all get together, because we got work to do. We got a lot of work to do, because this work is for our future kids, your children, my babies, everybody. You know what I mean? Like, so I hope we get to it. I know I'm not going to stop. And if you're in Louisville and you want to march with us, we need bodies. So come and join us November 16th.
Already.
Holla.
Later. Yeah. I just, uh hold up. All right, I'm gonna show a video because I just want to see Shows little bitch ass crying.
Describe your approach to car source number 3.
As I'm walking down Sheridan Road, I hear somebody scream, "Burn in hell," and I reply with friendly, to let them know, hey, I'm just here to help. I don't want any problems. I just want to put out the fires if there are any. I continue walking, and then I notice the Duramax. I notice a flame in the back seat of the Duramax, and I step towards the Duramax, and as I'm stepping forward, I believe his name is now Joshua Zeminski. He steps towards me with a pistol in his hand, and as I'm walking towards to put out the fire, I drop the fire extinguisher and I take a step back.
Okay. When you step back from Mr. Zeminski, what's your plan?
My plan is to get out of that situation and go back north down Sheridan Road to where the car source lot number 2 was.
And did you get back? Were you able to go in a northerly direction?
I wasn't.
Describe what happened.
Once I take that step back, I look over my shoulder, and Mr. Rosenbaum was now running from my right side, and I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski, and there were three people right there.
Take a deep breath, pal.
And that right there, y'all, is gonna make what I call the Trumpers really feel for this motherfucker. Like that probably broke their little fucking black hearts. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks
I
for
don't
checking
give
out the
a fuck
ABC
that
News
he's
YouTube
crying.
channel. If you'd like to get
I would went on the stand and said, if I was the prosecutor, I would have said, those tears meant nothing to me. I would have been harsh. Because the judge is already on some fuck shit. So I would have just said, hey, those tears don't mean shit to me. Nigga, you had 3 families crying. Nigga. 3 families crying. Anything that happened that day. I mean, first of all, the second 2 people that you killed, it was because you killed someone else and they was chasing you. And you just killed an innocent person. Give a fuck if he's cussing you out, nigga. Saying fuck you. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck? Whatever they're saying. Give a fuck. No, that's pretty much why the motherfucker shot him. Simply because he was scared. Didn't like the way he was saying, you know, like he was there to protect the police and the buildings and shit like that. So, I mean, in reality, just like the was it the 3%ers, they would come out and stand in front of the police and protect them. Say, "Oh, we're here to protect you from everybody else, anybody that isn't for back the blue or whatever," right? So that's how it was in 2020. Even with Kyle walking down the street and shit, that's how he's thinking. Oh, I'm back the blue. I'm here to protect the blue and a couple businesses or whatever he fucking said. So he already had the mindset. He's against the protesters. You know, he had admitted he didn't want an altercation or whatever. So he started walking backwards, but he pointed the gun at him because that's what someone in the video was saying. Why you pointed gun at me or whatever? Prosecutor brought it up and was like, okay, why would you point the gun at them? And he said, because I didn't want an altercation. And he said, so why, or something like, well, so you thought that there was going to be what altercation did you think was going to happen? And then he ended up saying a verbal altercation. So you're telling me, yo, bitch ass. Like, that's why, like I've said before, like when people get guns, they feel like they get like this. Oh, I'm powerful right now. Like I could take a man's life type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you don't point a gun at someone because they're a verbal argument. Like, what the fuck? That's pussy shit, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And see, the people that he was talking to was black. You know, and yeah, they're just like those that what do they call them? See, I like calling them Karen and Aaron's because my name is Darren. So I'm like, I mean, I ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not one of them. So I say Aaron's, Karen and Aaron's, because yeah, I ain't know what that little Darren. Nah, I'm not one of them. So it's Aaron. But that's just what I say. I know everybody it's already a thing. You know, Karen is a thing. So, but yeah, I don't rock with the Darren shit because it's like, no, I am not one of them. Darren McFadden is not one of them. We from the A. We from Arkansas, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know if y'all know who Darren McFadden is, but if you don't, you should go look him up. That motherfucker was an Arkansas superstar, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The nigga was a fucking, well, I think he still is. I really don't follow him much anymore just because he literally kind of, in my opinion, fell off. But yeah, when he was in college playing for Arkansas, that nigga was a beast. That nigga was fast as fuck. I seen him stiff arm a fucking nigga's helmet off in person. I said, damn. That nigga strong. Like pretty much like a punch, but palm struck his motherfucking helmet off, nigga. I said, damn. Didn't even, you know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. See, I got to see that shit in person. You know, Matt Jones, they both went to the NFL. But Matt Jones, he came back to Fayetteville, Arkansas. That's where the Hogs is at. And his dumb as fuck. Like, go do your shit. You know, you're especially what I'm about to say. You should go do this in private. This nigga want to be out on the steps at a bar. And in Fayetteville, they got a street. It's called Dixon Street, right? This is where all the bars are. You feel what I'm saying? Like, honestly, the biggest biker rally that they have in America is in Fayetteville, Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? biker blues or something like that. Something biker blues or something like that, right? I forgot what it's called. But yeah, like it be popping. I've been to one, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's any motorcycle, you know what I'm saying? Any motorcycle club, they gonna show up. I mean, from all over the country, and Dixon Street is just full of motorcycles, you know what I'm saying? So it's a long little, I mean, it's crazy. It literally runs right into the campus. So I've been in the dorms and shit, like, I've been up to Fayetteville so many times to go to parties and shit, the college parties. That, I mean, one time, like, I got stuck up there. I lived in Fort Smith. Fayetteville's north, 45 minutes of where I lived, where I'm from, and I was supposed to go to a party. This is the U of A. The Hogs, nigga, they parties is. Nigga, I don't think no college parties like Arkansas. And I'm not capping. Like, I remember they was on one time, they made the news because the sororities and the fraternities and shit, they would have initiations where they were just like, no, you can't stop drinking. Keep going. I don't give a fuck if you're throwing up. Take another shot. And there was too many alcohol poisonings and people getting alcohol poisoning. So yeah, they like started doing investigations to try to like pretty much stop the parties and shit, shit like that. We'll see, y'all. I don't know if any of my moderators are in here, but I just feel like because I haven't really I've been paying some close to. I mean, I've been watching the fucking chat some, not the whole time, but yeah, all that should have been gone. I would have nodded my head, but honestly, I mean, until everyone's like saying this and that, I'm like, hold up, let me go back and look at what's being said. But yeah, I guess I don't got no moderators in here. Appreciate that, monkey.
Tailoring his story to what.
Since I ain't got nothing else, I'm gonna watch a little bit of this because I kind of just want to show the bullshit this game on. Tomorrow I'm gonna like try to find some highlights on the because I really don't want to mix these trials together. So I'll most likely do it live tomorrow. I'm hoping to do it tomorrow, if not the next day for sure. But yeah, I'm basically get some footage, talk about the Ahmaud Arbery one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, because I don't want to mix this one with the, you know what I'm saying, one of Ahmaud Arbery's to be just, you know, the show be about talking about that, since we're already talking about this one. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I did like the way that the prosecutor drilled the fuck out of Kyle. He drilled the fuck. I mean, he made him cry. He made his bitch ass cry. Well, actually, if I'm not mistaken, he cried like twice, 2 different times.
What has already been introduced.
The problem is, this is a grave constitutional violation for you to talk about the defendant's
You hear this shit?
silence. And that is, and you're right. You're right on the borderline, and you may be over, but it better stop.
Understood.
It's just crazy. I wanted to show y'all this part because of this motherfucker right here.
I can't think of the case.
Boy,
The initial case on it, but it's.
he just seems like he's for Kyle.
All right.
He probably donated money to Kyle on the low. Yeah, I definitely, most definitely was happy with his yeah, I was definitely impressed with his cross-examining. That shit was nice. You know, I just didn't like the way the judge was. The motherfucker was just like, damn, he didn't even do nothing wrong. You sitting here objecting and shit. And the motherfucking judge, I didn't watch all of it. I caught because I was handling some business, like you know, taking care of that bullshit. You know, when they say the cops was talking about me, asking, hey, do you know this person or whatever? Yeah, getting all that taken care of, all that bullshit. You know, so I kind of would, you know, I missed some of it. But I definitely seen him drill the fuck out of him.
With an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle that evening, correct?
Yes.
You had it loaded with 30 rounds of full metal jacket ammunition, correct?
Yes.
That weapon with 30 rounds is capable of killing at least 30 people, correct?
Yes.
You had arranged to have Dominic Black purchase that weapon for you in Ladysmith, Wisconsin in early May of 2020. Is that correct?
We were up north shooting and not shooting. We were up north going camping, and Dominic Black brought his rifle, and we were talking. I was like, "Hey, what if we get a rifle for me?"
So why would he say shooting if they weren't shooting?
Until I'm 18. So I bought the rifle for Dominic, and I can use it. But once I'm 18,
there's y'all's answer.
We can do a private sale, and we can have it turned over to.
Let's listen to this shit again. Like, he motherfucking admits he bought the rifle from him, even though that guy got on. I mean, he apparently, like, if you type his name in, that Dominic whatever, he pled not guilty to selling him a firearm. This motherfucker knows. I mean, admits that he knows he's not old enough yet to just buy it. But when he turns 18, that's, you know, we can do the paperwork. So I'll replay that again. This motherfucker
I was like, hey,
better not
what
get
if
away
we
with
get
this shit.
up north shooting and not shooting. We were up north going camping, and Dominic Black brought his rifle, and we were talking. I was like, hey, what if we get a rifle for me? I'll give you the money. You can purchase it. It's yours until I'm 18. So I bought the rifle for Dominic, and I can use it. But once I'm 18, we can do a private sale, and we can have it turned over to my name once I turned 18.
Because you knew, as a 17-year-old, you could not have that gun, correct?
I knew I could not buy that gun.
You knew you could not possess that gun also, correct?
No.
You weren't aware that under Wisconsin
Well,
law,
it doesn't matter. You ain't supposed to have it, nigga. Don't matter if you don't know. A motherfucker can say, "Oh, I didn't know that. I could go to jail for taking this candy." That don't mean that they ain't gonna get charged for stealing, nigga.
it wasn't just unlawful for you to purchase it, it was unlawful for you to bring it home, correct?
In Illinois, I wasn't able to bring it home because I didn't have a FOID card, a firearm owner identification card. You knew in Illinois that you couldn't get that until you turned 18, correct? No, you can get a FOID card at 16 in Illinois. But you didn't have one. I did not. And even after this gun was purchased for you in May,
You gotta
never
have
got one
that.
after that either, did you?
Actually, I applied for a FOID card in May of 2020.
But you didn't get it. Didn't have
due
it.
to the charges, and there was a backlog in Illinois because for the FOID card. But after you filed the charges against me, it was denied because of the charges here in the state. You found out about that after you were criminally charged in this case? I found out about this in November of 2020. A letter was sent to my old residence.
So you knew that without that FOID card, the gun could not go back to your residence in Illinois, correct?
Correct.
And you agreed that the gun would be kept
This
at Dominic
motherfucker
Black's
better.
stepfather's house here in
He
Kenosha.
better get
correct?
arrested.
Because he had a safe.
I mean, it's just too much.
And you agreed that you wouldn't have access to that gun, correct?
We agreed that the only time I would use the gun is when I was with him and we would go to like the Bristol shooting range or up north to his land.
But the only time prior to the night of August 25th, 2020, that you ever used that gun was up in Ladysmith, correct?
Correct.
So you didn't go to the Bristol shooting range ever.
I
with that
did.
gun.
Not with that rifle, but I did.
Pay attention to my question, please. You didn't ever go to the Bristol shooting range with that gun, correct?
Correct.
And you picked out that gun because Dominic had it, correct?
Yeah.
You could have, if you wanted to, chosen from any number of guns that were for sale. Fair enough?
That were at that store. There weren't many, but yes.
I'm sure the store in Ladysmith isn't the only store that sells guns, correct?
You can ask questions.
That was a question.
No, it was a statement.
Isn't it correct, Mr. Rittenhouse, that there are other places
That was
to
a
purchase guns besides that one store in Ladysmith, Wisconsin?
I believe so, but that's where we're at, so that's where we got the gun.
And you, if you wanted to, could have given Dominic Black money to purchase a gun at other locations. Fair?
Didn't cross my mind, but now that you say it, yeah.
Why did you pick or want Dominic Black to buy for you an AR-15?
Trolls,
as
get the
opposed
fuck
to
up
a
off my
pistol
shit.
Or a shotgun or some other type of rifle?
I cannot legally possess.
Go
or
jack
carry
off,
a
because I
pistol
know you
I'm
ain't,
not
you can't get
18
no
in
pussy.
Wisconsin.
Y'all go
I believe
mind
it's
your
18 in
business.
Wisconsin for
You
a
know what I'm
pistol.
saying? Like acting
But
like
with
you
the
know
bar-
me. You don't
the
know
rifle,
nothing about me.
I knew I
Dumb
could
fuck.
possess that rifle. I knew I couldn't buy it, but I knew I could.
That's like the
take
third
it
time I've
to, like,
seen
the
that
shooting
last
range
name.
or
Y'all don't
possess
know my
it.
last name.
And with shotguns, they didn't have any shotguns in stock. That was my
Fuck
original
niggas.
plan, to get a shotgun for trap shooting. But there weren't any at that Ladysmith store, and I didn't want to go to Walmart and buy one.
So your understanding at that time was that Wisconsin law prohibited you as a 17-year-old from possessing a pistol, but you could have an AR-15?
Yes.
What was that understanding based on?
The understanding was based on when we would go up north. It was me, Dominic, and my sister, and we were allowed to carry the rifles around. And the officers over there said it was fine.
I'm going to move to strike as hearsay. What officers would have told
You
us.
asked a question on what the source of his knowledge was. It's not admissible, and none of this is, frankly, and that's why I interrupted before. What the defendant believes the law to be, what the district attorney believes the law to be, what the defense believes the law to be, are irrelevant. I will tell you when I instruct you what the law of Wisconsin is pertaining to the possession of a firearm by a person under 18, and that'll be the source of your knowledge. I'm allowing the testimony right now because it bears on.
He should be talking about how he's
There's an old
fucking
maxim under the law.
not old enough
to
have the gun, and he didn't have the car. Plain and simple. That's why Spike is in jail, because his motherfucking concealed was expired,
criminal act,
allegedly.
whether you knew it was criminal or not.
So those fucking cards matter.
And because you're responsible to know the law. It's not relevant, except in this case, there are specific issues about his awareness and knowledge about certain conduct that is relevant on some issues. So it's quite complicated. Hopefully it'll sort out when I instruct you at the end.
He sounds
But
corrupt.
that's
He
why I'm
looks
allowing the
corrupt.
questions and the answers, but do not be confused
He looks paid
about what anything that these
off.
people say is not necessarily accurate as to the state of Wisconsin law. Any question about that? Okay, thanks. Go ahead.
So you're telling us that the reason that you wanted Dominic to buy you an AR-15 as opposed to a pistol is the only reason was because you felt you couldn't lawfully possess a pistol?
Correct.
You didn't pick out the AR-15 for any other reason?
I thought it looked cool, but no.
You didn't pick it out because you wanted to go hunting with it, did you?
No.
You didn't pick it out because you were going to use it to protect your house, correct?
Correct.
You picked it out because it looked cool.
I thought it looked cool. Guess that's the reason, yes.
It resembled the types of weapons that are used in first-person shooter video games, correct?
I don't really play first-person shooter video games. I have, but I believe there's a variety of guns, including shotguns, pistols. There's guns in video games that resemble all guns.
Isn't it true when you would hang out with Dominic Black, you'd play Call of Duty and other first-person shooter video games?
Sometimes.
And those are games in which you use weapons like AR-15s to pretty much shoot anybody who comes at you, correct?
It's a video game where two players are playing together. I don't really understand the meaning of your question, to be honest.
Isn't one of the things people do in these video games try and kill everyone else with your guns?
Come on, bruh. Really?
Yeah, the video game. It's just a video game. It's not real life.
Now, you introduced yourself as living in Walworth County right now. Is that right? On the date that this all happened, you were an Illinois resident?
Correct.
You had grown up in Illinois?
Correct.
You had not spent any significant time living here in Wisconsin, correct?
No.
You'd agree with me that's correct?
No, I spent time at my father's house to partially live here also, so no, that's not correct.
You indicated you had attended, was it Penn Foster High School?
Yes.
That's an online high school?
Correct.
So you were not attending high school in person?
No.
And at the time
about
that
the video
all
game,
the things in this case were happening, from the time the AR-15 was purchased to the night of August 25th, you were 17 years old that entire time, correct?
Correct.
Can we have exhibit number 7 up, please?
No, this shit is. I just realized it's called 4-door s'more whores. The fuck?
I have put exhibit number 7 up on the screen.
Or
Do you
no,
recognize
4
that?
doors more whores,
Yes, that's
maybe.
my old TikTok account.
That was a TikTok account that you had during the summer of 2020, correct?
Yes.
And it says your name on there, Kyle?
Yes.
Your username on TikTok was 4 doors more whores,
Yes.
and that's a picture of
sorry.
you there with your AR-15, correct?
Yes.
And underneath that, you have put on your profile the phrase bruh, B-R-U-H, I'm just trying, T-R-Y-N-A, be famous. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're the one who wrote that.
Yes.
You testified that at some point you were involved in some sort of EMT cadet program.
I was a firefighter EMT cadet at Antioch Fire Department.
When was that?
I was a cadet at the Antioch Fire Department. I believe from 2018 or 2019 up until the incident of August 25th.
An EMT cadet is someone who's just beginning the process of eventually achieving full EMT certification. Is that correct?
No.
Were you studying to be an EMT before August 25th, 2020?
I was learning about certain things in the field of firefighting and EMS.
But that's not actually formal classes, is it?
No, we met once a week, and we would either, depending on the day, we would either do EMT stuff like learning how to do airways, or we do firefighter stuff like doing hose drags and learning how to crawl through buildings.
And these are things that you did with the, which firefighter? Antioch Fire?
Antioch Fire Department.
You weren't a member of the fire department, were you?
I was.
You were a actual on-duty member on the roster of the Antioch Fire Department?
No.
So when you say you're a member, what do you mean?
I was a member of the Antioch Fire Cadet program. We were issued shirts, Antioch Fire Cadet member. We would help with the pancake breakfast at the VFWs, and we would wear Antioch Fire Department staff shirts. I still have one in my closet.
And maybe I didn't express myself clearly. You were not a member of the Antioch Fire Department, correct?
I was a member of the cadet program, which was through the fire department.
So you'd go out and fight fires?
We can go on ride-alongs, but we can't go into burning buildings for liability reasons.
You'd go out there and you'd save people from burning buildings?
Not me personally.
Because as a cadet, they would never let you anywhere near that, right?
They wouldn't let any of the cadets go into an actual live fire.
At the end of whatever this program is, you weren't actually going to be an official firefighter, were you?
No, it's to help prepare you for the firefighter academy, firefighter EMT academy.
And you weren't going to be an EMT at the end of this program either, were you?
No.
You know that to be an EMT, you have to be 18 and a high school graduate, correct?
Depending on the state, in Illinois, you can take a class at the college at 16, and you can have your EMT license by the age of 17. I wasn't in that class, but in Illinois, you can.
You never did any of that?
No, I was online school.
The night of August 25th, you're here in Kenosha, Wisconsin, saying you're an EMT, correct?
Yes.
That was a lie.
Yes.
You were also telling people you were 18 or 19 years old. That was a lie too, right?
No, I didn't tell anybody my age that night.
You never volunteered it at all, did you?
I didn't.
Because you knew as a 17-year-old you shouldn't have been there, right?
No, I just didn't find it relevant to give my name. Well, I gave my name, but my age to anybody. It wasn't something that came up in conversation.
It's because you felt if people found out how old you were, they'd realize you shouldn't have been there, right?
No, it just because it didn't come up in conversation. If somebody would have asked, I would have been like, yeah, I'm 17.
So you felt that as a 17-year-old, it was appropriate for you to be out on the streets of Kenosha with an AR-15 that night. Fair?
I believe I had any other rights to be there as anybody else,
As any other adult.
as anybody.
But you weren't an adult.
No.
You indicated that you were working at the Recplex and had been working at the Y before that. Is that right?
Yes.
That was a YMCA down in Illinois, correct?
Correct.
And you had gotten furloughed there when COVID hit in March.
Yes.
And you had only started working at the Recplex on August 14th, correct?
I believe I got hired before that, but I was on vacation on August 14th, so I was on vacation, so I couldn't start until August 14th.
Your first time working at the Recplex was on August 14th, correct?
I believe that was my first day.
And then you worked the week after that from August 17th to August 23rd, correct?
I believe so, till August 24th I worked.
And then your final shift was on August 24th, correct?
Yes.
You worked a total of 41 and a half hours at the Recplex, correct?
That's the number you got?
And you were a lifeguard.
Yes.
You were walking around their swim area with one of those red, long, life-saving things, monitoring the pool, correct?
Rescue tube, yes.
Okay. So, but that was at the indoor pool at the Recplex?
It was at the indoor. It was at the, I don't know if you're familiar with the Recplex.
I am.
I guarded the water park area and the competition pool.
Okay. So they've got a water park area with a slide and a zero entry pool. Is that right?
Yes.
And then next to that, they've got a larger, almost Olympic-sized pool where swim meets happen.
50-meter competition pool divided in half to make it a 25.
Okay. You were lifeguarding at both of those.
I would rotate. We had rotations, and me and other guards, we would do we had 3-person shifts. We would rotate out watching the different areas of our zones.
You indicated that at no time did this gun, this AR-15, ever leave the state of Wisconsin. Is that right?
Other than the night after, other than that.
Before the shootings.
Correct.
There was a time, though, where you wanted to have it with you down in Illinois, isn't it? It wasn't there?
I believe there was a time when me and Dominic were mad at each other. Yeah.
You were mad at Dominic?
Me and Dominic were mad over something.
And you wanted to have the gun with you down there?
I think I said something along those lines.
You'd agree with me that, let me back up for a second here. You have testified to this jury that you used deadly force against Joseph Rosenbaum, Anthony Huber, the man who attempted to kick you in the face, and Gage Grosskreutz on the night of August 25th, correct?
Yes.
And you did that because you felt that your life was in danger from those 4 people, correct?
Yes.
And you are telling this jury that it was, in your mind, justified to use deadly force to protect your own life, correct?
Yes.
You'd agree with me that you were not allowed to use deadly force to protect that CarSource building, correct?
Well, I wasn't using deadly force to protect the property. I used deadly force to protect myself. So,
Please listen to my question and answer my question if you can. You'd agree with me that you were not allowed to use deadly force to protect that CarSource building, correct?
My name isn't on
Yes.
motherfucking
You agree with me
doofus.
that you were not
Retard.
allowed to use deadly force to stop someone from smashing the windows of an unoccupied parked car, correct?
I don't think you could use deadly force for that.
You'd agree with me that you can't use deadly force to stop someone from letting a
Look me up
dumpster
if that's what you
fire,
think.
correct?
You won't ever
Correct.
find
You'd
that
agree with
last
me that
name
you can't use
compared
deadly
with me,
force to
but
stop someone
believe
from
what you
tipping over
want.
a porta potty, correct?
Correct.
But damn, you
agree with
making
me
a
that
lot
you
of
can't
fucking
use deadly
pages.
force
Holy
to stop
shit.
someone from lighting a
Thirsty.
flatbed trailer on fire, correct?
Correct.
You'd agree with me that you can't use deadly force to stop someone who is about to start an unoccupied car on fire, correct?
Correct.
You'd agree with me that you can't use deadly force to stop someone from lighting some traffic cones in the middle of the street on fire, correct?
Correct.
So you understand that there's a difference between using deadly force to protect yourself and using it to protect property, correct?
Yes.
And you'd agree with me that you're not allowed to use deadly force to protect property, correct?
Yes.
But yet you have previously indicated that you wished you had your AR-15 to protect someone's property, correct?
I'm going to ask you to go into the library again for a moment, please. Please don't talk about the case.
That shit's ridiculous. I gotta go back to that, to the question that they asked for them to interrupt like that.
Deadly force to protect yourself and using it to protect property, correct?
Yes.
And you'd agree with me that you're not allowed to use deadly force to protect property, correct?
Yes.
But yet you have previously indicated that you wished you had your AR-15 to protect someone's property, correct?
See, they
I'm
should
gonna
have
ask you to
never,
go into the library,
never
again for a moment,
interrupted
please.
that.
Please don't talk about the case.
That shit's crazy. And then this guy right here, looking all worried and shit, like he knows, like, man, some corrupt shit's going on too. The fuck would they interrupt him like that for? That's insane.
Mr. Richards?
Your Honor, Mr. Binger is either forgetting the court's rulings or attempting to provoke a mistrial in this matter. He knows he can't go into this, and he's asking the questions. I asked the court to strongly admonish him, and the next time it happens, I'll be asking for a mistrial with prejudice. He's an experienced attorney, and he knows better.
Mr. Binger?
First of all, Your Honor, this was the subject of a motion. I'm well aware of that. And the court left the door open.
For me, not for you.
My understanding of
You should have come and asked for reconsideration. You did on the one motion, and in fact, I granted your motion for reconsideration.
That was not our motion.
Excuse me. I did. I granted.
We did not move
That
for
was
reconsideration.
their motion.
We have not filed
forgive
any
me.
motions to reconsider in this case.
That was their motion for reconsideration, which I denied. But I said
It's crazy.
I denied it, or I indicated a bias towards denial is what I did. Held it open with a bias towards denial. Why would you think that made it okay for you without any advance notice to bring this matter before the jury?
I don't know what was wrong with what he said.
When you began your
What was wrong
examination
with that?
by commenting on the defendant's post-arrest silence. That's basic law. It's been basic law in this country for 40 years, 50 years. I have no idea why you would do something like that. And it gives, well, I'll leave it at that. So I don't know what you're up to.
May I respond?
Yes.
We filed another acts motion on this exact
Bruh,
issue.
stop making so
because
many
in my
motherfucking
mind, and I argue
YouTubes.
this,
You are so
it is
desperate, bro.
identical
Get the fuck
to what
up
was
out of
going
here.
on the night of August 25th, in the sense that the
You're-
defendant was using this
Whenever
exact same
whenever
weapon.
I fucking
He
delete
was
your
using it in a manner
block
to
you,
try and
it
protect
deletes your comment and it doesn't. It's not shown on the next. Like when someone replays it, it just don't show it. What the fuck is your point of commenting? Like, just stop. You're desperate as fuck, bro. Like I'm talking to you, bro. You know, you. Stop. You're desperate as fuck. Get off my fucking nuts, nigga. Get off my fucking nuts. Get off my fucking nuts. Like, damn. How many YouTubes and accounts do you have to make? That's the fourth time I've blocked that motherfucker. I didn't put you in timeout. I blocked you, meaning that account is done for to comment. That's the fourth one, bro. How many? I mean, damn, you're desperate. You are desperate to fucking comment. Like, damn. You're a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Fucking weirdo. And a coward. Because you won't come on here. and let me know how you really feel, you're a coward. An internet banger and an internet coward. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. But in person, you can say I'm a wannabe. You won't disrespect me in person. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a 15-year-old acting ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Seriously. We don't have to do no fundraiser. Because I know who y'all fuck niggas are. We don't have to do no fundraiser to fight. We can just fight. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm coming. We could just fight. You know? Yeah, take that vacation. Because I said I'll fight in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? And we can throw on some gloves and go at it. And trust me, the gloves is to make it look like it's for sport, for play. Let's go that route. You know what I'm saying? It could be UFC gloves. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. That way we can do it anywhere in public to make you feel safer. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, oh, let's go somewhere where I say all ducked off. No, we could do it at a park where you feel safe and all that. Because I know you niggas are scared of me deep down. I know you are. You can act like you ain't, but bro, you'll never pull up. Anytime that you take a trip and oh, I gotta go through Memphis, bitch, you won't say, hey, I'm here, I wanna see you. You ain't like that, so stop. And to the fat fucking big double D titty bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know you're watching, I know you're around. You're probably one of these motherfucking dumb fucks. But yeah, you that need the one that needs bodyguards and shit, you'll never, ever come to Memphis. That's a fact. I can tell you right now, you'll never come to Memphis. You're too much of a bitch to come to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? You'll never, ever come to Memphis. And let it be known. You might come to Memphis, make some videos, and then when you leave, say, oh, look, I'm in Memphis. No, because that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even meet up with the guy that was talking shit to you on my show, talking shit. And I said, hey, y'all need to stop being bitches. Y'all are in the same city. Y'all can literally put into this. Say, where you at? We can meet here and yeah, in the gun violence, fight. Throw hands. You know what I'm saying? Throw hands. Y'all all scary, so just stop with the fucking comment and making all of these fucking accounts. It's ridiculous. You ain't got nothing better to do, like for real. Bitch ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are straight bitches. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would never ever take a fucking vacation to Memphis to come see me. Y'all bitches. I'm calling y'all out, bitches. You know what I'm saying? And trust and believe. Trust and believe. Like I said, you'll be safe. You don't gotta be that damn scared of me. I mean, you should, but you don't gotta be. Look, man, on my word, straight hands and hands to feet, fight, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And to make you feel even safer, we could do it on live. You know, because I already know what y'all think I want to do to y'all, little bitch ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, y'all good. You know what I'm saying? And to make it feel better, it could be out in public and recorded live. You know what I'm saying? Because you pussy niggas, y'all thinking I'm trying to body y'all or something. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Y'all pussy. Say, nah, let's handle this man to man, hand to hand, foot to face. Let's handle it like that. Hand to hand combat, foot to face, bitch. Like, but y'all ain't with that. But y'all want to come in my fucking comment section and talk a lot of shit. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Yeah. Like, what's the song say? Do not play with him. He is not one of them. I am not one of them. I am not one of them. People, I've been waiting. I've been waiting. So call my bluff. Call my fucking bluff. I've been waiting. I'm talking about fighting, bruh. I don't give a fuck who you are or who don't like me. Motherfuckers want to say, "Oh, you go in there, you acting like you all hard and shit." Oh, yeah. Well, look, bruh. I know what's up. Look, jail type shit. People like to try motherfuckers. I've been through this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've already been through motherfuckers thinking, oh, I'm gonna check them. Real niggas in real life that's really about it. You know what I'm saying? Try to check me, nigga. What? You got me fucked up. I'm not one of them. Don't give a fuck how big you are. I'm not one of them, nigga. Even if we in a small ass cell, nigga. Give a fuck if you beat me up, nigga. I'm not one of them. Nigga, got me fucked up. Keep trying to tell y'all, call my fucking bluff. Take that vacation to Memphis and tell me that's what you want to do. I promise you, I'm going to stop everything I'm doing just to prove my point. I'm not one of them. My wife going to drive me. You know what I'm saying? She going to drive me. She ain't even going to say, oh my God, don't do it. She ain't one of them. She rocking how I'm rocking. She rocking with. That's whatever I want to do. Doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, that's why I married her. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, I can't have no woman that whenever I say this is what I want to do, fuck this shit. I'm doing this. I don't need. I mean, I know it's cool to have a woman that's like that tells you don't do this because they want to keep you out of trouble. But nah, nigga. Because she knows I'm not one of them. It's going to take disrespect. Bitch. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass serious. I'm not. So, yeah. Made me have to stop and talk about and tell y'all how about I'm not one of them. Wasting time telling y'all about how I'm not one of them. So just stop because y'all aren't one of them. Y'all are one of them, internet bangers. That's what y'all are. Y'all some cold motherfuckers on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hard on the internet. Shit. Y'all real gangster on the internet. Like, nigga, y'all some fucking gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't lying. Like, y'all some real fucking internet gangsters, man. Like, damn, y'all real with it. Bitch ass niggas. So, yeah. Stop all of the fuck shit. Stop with all the fuck shit. You don't gotta be here. We trying to figure some shit out over here and just watch what the fuck this bitch ass judges is doing. But these bitch ass niggas that's making fake pages, y'all don't gotta be here. Y'all don't gotta watch. What's the point? Y'all wasting y'all's fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Go get you some pussy if you can. You know what I'm saying? Are you worried about commenting that fucking bad? It's fucking ridiculous how thirsty you are to comment. Bitch. Your mom was a bitch too.
No, he wasn't. There's Your Honor, with all due respect,
I'm not going to rehash the motion. That's absolutely untrue. There's no. Your argument's of record. My comments are of record, and why I ruled as I did is of record. There's nothing that I heard in this trial to suggest anything's changed. Even if you're correct in your assumption that you know more than I did at the time, you should have come to the court and say, I want to go into this. Why you would think that you could go into it without any advance notice to the court, I don't understand that. And as the defense is pointing out, you're an experienced trial lawyer, and this should not have been going into. should not have
Your Honor,
been
there have been things in this
Your
case,
Honor, there have been
testimony in
things
this case that I believe opens the door to
testimony in
this.
this
For
case that
example,
I believe opens
the
the door.
defense has
For
introduced
example,
evidence
the defense
that
has
the defendant
introduced
pointed a
evidence
gun
that
at a
the
man
defendant
wearing yellow
pointed
pants
a gun
because
at
that
a
person
man
was
wearing
on a
yellow
car
pants
on the car
because
source
that
lot.
person was on a car
Now, there's
on
no
the car
justification that I can think
Now,
of
there's no
why the defendant would point that
justification
gun
I
at
can
someone.
think of
The defendant
why
has
the
just
defendant would point that
testified
gun
this
at someone.
morning
The defendant
that he
has just
agreed with that
testified this
person
morning
in the
that
yellow
he
pants
agreed with
that he
that
pointed the
person
gun at him. He said,
in
I
the
was
yellow
joking
pants.
when I
That
said
he
that to
pointed
the
the
guy
gun
in the
at
yellow
him. He
pants,
said, I
but
was
he said,
joking when I said that
he's
to the guy in the
acknowledged
yellow
that
pants,
he
but
told
he
the person
said-
in the yellow pants,
he's
yeah, you're
acknowledged
right.
that he
I
told
did
the person
point a
in the
gun
yellow
at you
pants, yeah,
when
you're
you were
right.
sitting on a
I
car.
did point a gun at you
He said,
when you were
I
sitting
did.
on a car.
That's what he
Exactly. So he's agreeing.
Exactly.
Can I finish, please?
So
I'd
he's
like to have a
agreeing-
chance to make a
Can I
record if I
finish,
could,
please? I'd like
without
to
being
have a chance to
interrupted,
make
if
a
that's
record
okay.
if I could, without being interrupted, if that's okay.
He has mentioned that he's acknowledged that he's used this gun to protect property. He's also just acknowledged that he knows he can't do that.
That he knows
I
he
am
can't do
attempting
that.
to impeach him
I
now
am attempting to
with the
impeach him
prior August
with
10th
the prior
incident, 15
August 10th
days
incident,
prior, involving
15
this.
days prior involving
One
this.
second.
Same gun where he is threatening to use that gun to protect property. It goes,
with it.
Your Honor, he is saying he wished he did so he could shoot people.
You know, there's a lot of difference between commenting about something when you haven't got a gun and threatening someone when you do.
You know, it's interesting, Your Honor, because the entire defense theory in this case is Joseph Rosenbaum, who was unarmed.
Tell me what the defense theory of the case is. I want,
May I respond to what you just said, Your Honor? I'd like to respond to what you just said. I apologize, Madam Court Reporter, but I'd like to try and make a record without anyone interrupting me, if that's okay. I believe that there is a central part of this case that Mr. Rosenbaum is making threats that he has no ability to carry out. So, to your point, Your Honor, you're arguing that this August 10th incident, one aspect of why you don't believe it's relevant is the defendant didn't have the gun with him. This case is about someone who didn't have a weapon, and yet the jury is being told because of those threats, that means the defendant has to defend himself. So, with all due respect, Your Honor, mere verbal threats have already been shown to this jury and used as a basis for someone's subsequent actions. I am attempting with the defendant to use his mere verbal threat on August 10th, 15 days prior, that he's going to shoot shoplifters with his AR-15 to impeach the defendant in a murder trial. I would ask the court's forbearance to do that. I apologize, Your Honor. You're right. I probably should have brought this to your attention earlier. I may have misunderstood your ruling because I thought your ruling was if the evidence in this case made that more relevant, you would admit it or at least consider it its an admittance. I believe, based on the evidence that we've heard, and more specifically, exactly what the defendant said earlier about admitting pointing a gun at someone who was merely jumping or sitting on a car, that the door is open now to this testimony. And I continue to believe that his state of mind, his intent, his belief as to self-defense is the core of this case. That was the basis for my motion. You were strongly inclined against it. I understand that. But now we're in the middle of trial, and there's been a lot of evidence that's come in that I think makes this relevant. So I'm attempting to impeach the defendant on his beliefs. I believe I'm entitled to impeach the defendant on his beliefs and on his statements.
I'm going to interrupt you now because you're talking about his beliefs. I think that's what they call
his statements to, Your Honor. Because he just said, can't use deadly force, can't threaten to use deadly force to protect property. So now I'm impeaching him on that.
Your Honor, the court has seen no reason to change its ruling. And just so this record is clear, in spite of the lengthy statement by Mr. Binger, before we started today, the court specifically stated in Mr. Binger's presence, there's been nothing to have me change any of my rulings. There have been numerous occasions during this trial where they've opened the door. The one time when they're going into Mr. Rosenbaum's prior, the reason he doesn't like guns, and I said something, I whispered in Mr. Krause's ear, it's because of the prior convictions. Please stop. And he did. He knows if you're going to go into something that's been excluded in a pretrial order, you better ask the court, you better get permission. This is ridiculous.
It wasn't excluded, Your Honor.
You know why it was excluded in the first place? Because it was propensity evidence. That is exactly what 90404 is designed to prevent. You're talking about his attitudes. His attitude is he wants to shoot people. Now, I've admitted that kind of evidence in other trials when it's been appropriate. I didn't admit it in this case because, to me, what I've heard in this trial, and by the way, Mr. Richards absolutely correctly points out that just hours ago, I said I had heard nothing in this trial to change any of my rulings. So why?
Testimony, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
That was before the
Don't
testimony.
get brazen with me. You knew very well. You know very well that an attorney can't go into these types of areas when the judge has already ruled without asking outside the presence of the jury to do so. So don't give me that. That's number one. Number two, this is propensity evidence. I said at the time that I made my ruling, and I'll repeat again now for you.
This judge, boy.
I see no similarity between talking about wishing you had your AR gun, which you don't have, so that you could fire rounds at these thought to be shoplifters, and the incidents in these cases, which are not, there's nothing in your case that suggests the defendant was lying in wait to shoot at somebody or reflecting upon the shooting for a vast amount of time. Every one of the incidents involves matters that involve seconds in time. So I commented at the time, I don't see the similarity, and I don't see the similarity now. If it's not similar, that's the whole rule. Those are all the exceptions to 90404. Check the authorities, Wigmore and evidence, Judge Weinstein, Colonel McCormick. It's the prior act has to bear the signature of the accused, or it has to be so similar as to suggest it's a common plan or something like that. You have an incident where he's making comments about some alleged shoplifters versus crimes that involve instantaneous actions, whether premeditated murder or whether self-defense, that's for the jury to decide. But I don't see the similarity. I said it couldn't come in, and it isn't coming in, no matter what you think. Number two, I have to be concerned that with what Mr. Richards has said about the progress of the trial, and when you were I said you were over the line, close to or over the line on commenting on the defendant's pretrial silence, which is a well-known rule. I'm astonished that would have been an issue. So I don't want to have another issue as long as this case continues. Is that clear?
It is.
Thank you. Ask the jury to come back in, please.
Damn, that motherfucking judge, boy.
Go ahead, Mr.
Thank you, Judge. So, I want to turn your attention. indicated that you had worked at the Recplex the night before. Is that right?
The 24th, correct.
Okay. And you worked until about 7 p.m.?
I couldn't give you an exact time, but I'd say I got off around between 6 and 7. I don't recall. It's been a while.
And then you drove your car over to Dominic's house?
Yes.
Okay, so the rest of the time, it seems like you're being driven around in Mr. Black's car. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Why did you guys use his instead of yours? If you know.
At the time, I didn't have a driver's license, and I would drive just to get to work, and sometimes to go to Dominic's dad's house.
So even though you didn't have a driver's license, you drove from your home in Antioch to the Recplex to work that day?
Yes, to be able to get to work.
And then after work, you drove without a driver's license to Dominic Black's house?
Yes.
So I assume then on the week prior to that, when you drive yourself to work, that was also without a driver's license? I'll move on. So you drove to Mr. Black's house, you left your car there?
Yes.
And you spent the night at his... I'll move on. So you drove to Mr. Black's house, you left your car there,
Yes.
and you spent the night at his house.
Yes.
And then the next day, you guys woke up at some point and came down to Ruther. Is that right?
Spent the night at his house and had dinner. Woke up in the morning. Had breakfast. We were going through I was on social media and we saw the damage, and we saw the car store, so we decided to go downtown.
And you came down in Dominic's car.
Correct.
And you said that there was a time in which you were cleaning graffiti at Ruther.
Yes.
And then at some point, I believe you said, and I want to make sure I'm understanding the timeline here, that you went to one of the car sources and encountered the owners, Sam or Sal or whoever they are, correct?
Yes.
Which of the car source locations was that?
It was the car source right here.
And that's the one at the northeast corner of 59th and Sheridan?
Correct.
And that's the one that had gotten totally burned out on one of the previous nights?
Yes, that was the one where everything was destroyed. The other car sources still had cars there. So.
Now, before that, had you ever worked at Car Source before?
I have not.
Had you ever bought a car there before?
I have not.
Had you ever even heard of Car Source before all that?
Yes.
Through Dominic?
Well, no. I would drive past it on a daily basis. I was in Kenosha almost every day, and I'd drive down Sheridan Road almost every day.
Okay. So you saw the business along with the churches and the Ultimate Gas Station and the courthouse and everything else in that area?
Yes.
Okay. And you talked to these owners yourself?
Me and Dominic did.
And did they ask you to come protect the property?
They didn't ask me
directly.
They didn't ask me directly. They asked Nick Smith.
Okay. And was Nick Smith around for that at that moment?
He wasn't there when me and Dominic were talking to them.
Did you ever personally witness any of these Car Source folks, Sal or Sam or any of the folks that were running that business? Did you ever personally witness them ask Nick Smith to guard any of their properties?
No.
Did you ever witness any of them ask anyone to guard any of their properties?
Not that I can recall.
What time, if you recall, did you find out that they'd asked Nick Smith?
I believe I said in my direct examination between 3:15 and 3:30.
And that was shortly after you had sent a text to Sam, right?
Correct.
And you texted him and asked him if you could protect his business that night, correct?
I did.
And in that text you said, I'm more than willing and will be armed, correct?
Yes.
You meant you'd be armed with your AR-15?
Yes.
And you said that me and my brother would both be there armed, correct?
Yes.
By your brother, you meant Dominic?
Yes.
He's obviously not legally your brother.
No.
And you said in the text, I just need address. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Why did you need the address of a location you'd already been to?
I just wanted to like pinpoint it on the Google Maps because GPS, because with all the roads were closed down in Kenosha. I just wanted to know the best route to drive there with Dominic.
But you just told us that you drove past here every day up and down Sheridan. Why did you need GPS to help you find a place that you drive past every day?
The roads weren't closed when I drove past them every day.
But you still knew where you were going, right?
Sort of, but with like the back roads.
Okay, so let's talk about the roads being closed. What do you mean by that?
Well, Sheridan Road was closed off, and I'm trying to remember. I don't think there were a lot of roads closed off. I couldn't tell you exactly their names right now.
Was that because there was construction going on?
No, they were closed off because of the riots.
They were closed off to keep people out of the area, right?
Yes.
And you knew there was a curfew that night, right?
I believe I got an emergency alert text at around 8 p.m.
Just like everybody else, saying, stay off the streets.
I'm sorry.
Objection. There's no curfew charge.
It's still relevant to his decision making. Just like everybody else, you got a message saying, get off the streets at 8 o'clock that night, right?
Yes.
And despite that message, you came down, correct?
I was already in Kenosha downtown when I got that message.
Once you got that message, you didn't decide, I'm going to leave and go home like I'm supposed to, correct?
I stayed at the car source.
And you knew that there was this curfew in place that meant you shouldn't be there anymore, correct?
There were, I'd say, hundreds, if not thousands of other people there that night that also got the same message.
So if they're all breaking the law, you can too?
I don't think the curfew was really being enforced.
So if the law is not being enforced, you can disregard it?
Your Honor.
It's argumentative.
You said that there was a time in which Nick Smith asked you guys to drive him down to Chicago.
Correct.
To buy a piece of body armor.
Correct.
Down by O'Hare.
Correct.
And you guys were willing to do that at first.
Dominic was willing to do it. It was more of Dominic's thing because Nick Smith was going to throw in like $20 to Dominic when he bought it for like gas.
So Nick Smith was going to pay $20 for the gas to drive down to O'Hare where Nick Smith was planning on buying this body armor.
Yes.
And he needed that body, the idea was the body armor would be used that night, correct?
I believe so.
That's why there was some urgency about going down right away, right?
Yeah.
This was part of the plan to come down to downtown that night, right?
He wanted to go to O'Hare to buy the body armor, so yes.
Do you understand my question?
Can you rephrase it?
Absolutely.
Like,
the urgency to get that body armor that day was because he needed it for that night, right?
I wouldn't say he needed it, but he wanted it.
And instead of making the drive, you gave that your own body armor to Nicholas Smith.
Correct.
You had it along with you.
Yes.
You brought it along with you that day because you thought you might need it yourself that night, correct?
No, I kept it in my trunk of the car. I always had it.
You drive around with body armor in the trunk of your car regularly?
Well, it was just in the back of my trunk. I never really took it out.
And you said at some point that day you went to Jelinski's. That's the hunting goods, fishing store out on Highway 31 and 52nd Street to buy a couple of slings. Is that right?
That's correct.
And this was one sling for you and one for Dominic, right?
Yes.
And you bought two of the identical type of sling, correct?
Yes, the cheapest ones they had.
And that's a single point sling, meaning it attaches to the gun in one location, correct?
Yes.
And then it wraps around your body, correct?
Yes.
And it's designed to help you retain possession of that weapon, correct?
You'd probably know more about them than I do. I just got it to hold the rifle. So when I'm doing medical aid, I don't have to sit on the ground and have to worry about it being stolen.
Because you realize that you couldn't have that gun on you while you're doing any sort of medical aid, correct?
I knew that I couldn't, without a sling, have it on me. That's why I got the sling, so I could have my hands free.
But even when you had the sling, there was a time in which you took off your entire gun apparatus and handed it to Joanne Fiedler because it was in the way of you trying to treat someone, right?
At that instance, yes, because it was hitting the ground. The rifle was hitting the ground. When I bought it, that was the purpose of it. I don't think it really worked, now that I think of it.
This big, long AR-15 really got in the way whenever you tried to help someone, right?
Sometimes.
If you had a handgun, for example, it would have been physically more easy for you to try and treat someone. Fair?
If I could have legally carried a handgun, I would have carried a handgun instead of a pistol. Instead of a rifle.
You grabbed some medical supplies from Dominic Black's house before you came downtown that night, correct?
I grabbed extra gauze, but that's about it.
You testified earlier that your AR-15 was loaded with 30 rounds of ammunition. Is that right?
Yes.
Where did that ammunition come from?
That was from our last trip up north, from May, the time we took it up north.
So when the gun was left at Dominic Black's house, it had that ammunition with it?
The ammo was in a box, magazine, I don't really know.
When you were at Dominic Black's house on August 25th, you found that AR-15 downstairs in his basement, correct?
No.
Where did you find it at?
It was downstairs in the basement, but I was told by Dominic Black, hey, go downstairs, grab that rifle, grab your rifle.
So you knew up until that point that rifle was being stored in a gun safe in the garage, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't have the code or any access to that gun safe, correct?
I did not.
It just happened that on this particular day, Dominic Black's stepfather had moved that gun into the house, correct?
Yes.
You didn't know that beforehand?
I didn't.
You didn't know that it had been taken out of the safe?
No.
And so you went downstairs and grabbed it?
After instructed to do so by Dominic, I did.
And it had that magazine?
After I was instructed to do so by Dominic, I did go downstairs and grab it.
And it had the magazine already inserted in the rifle?
It did.
And the magazine was already loaded with 30 rounds?
I believe so.
When did you chamber a round?
I don't know if I ever did.
Well, you had to have to fire the gun, right?
Yeah, I think it was already chambered when I got it. That's what I remember. I don't remember racking it at all that night.
Because the way this type of gun works is that you have to have a magazine with ammo in it. You have to insert the magazine into the gun, and then you have to rack it to load one of those rounds into the chamber, correct?
Yes.
And you were familiar with how to do all of that, correct?
Yes.
And it can't discharge a bullet unless a bullet is racked into the chamber, correct?
Correct.
And so your testimony here, as best you can recall, is that you never had to do the initial racking because the bullet was already in the chamber when you took possession of it that day. Is that fair to say?
I believe so. I believe that it was already racked.
And the ammunition that was in that was full metal jacket ammunition, correct?
223 full metal jacket.
223 being the caliber.
Yes.
And full metal jacket being the type of casing, correct?
Yes. Full metal jacket is the bullet type.
The bullet type. Okay, I apologize. And you're aware there are different types of bullets, like hollow point bullets, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And when you were in the process of purchasing this gun, well, let me back up for a second. You said that the 30 rounds of ammo were left over from previous. I assume you mean when you were up in Ladysmith
Yes.
and you were practicing with the gun up there?
Yes.
And Dominic Black's family has some sort of firing range or shooting range up there. Is that right?
They have a gravel pit where it's safe to shoot.
And you and Dominic would practice with your AR-15s shooting at targets in that gravel pit, correct?
Correct.
And you would shoot at targets as far as, what, 75 yards away?
No.
How close were the targets?
I was about, I think the furthest I ever got was maybe from me to the TV.
You didn't shoot at any targets farther away than that?
No.
Dominic Black testified that he shot at targets 75 yards away. Did you see him do that?
I didn't, but I don't know what Dominic Black saw or what Dominic Black was shooting at. I wasn't with him when he did that.
You were aware of the fact that the AR-15 was capable of hitting targets much further away than you, the TV, correct?
I believe so.
Did you know the capabilities of your own weapon?
I knew that it could shoot, and I believe from a distance. I don't know how far. I'm not an expert on AR-15s.
Did you personally purchase that .223 full metal jacket ammunition?
I did not.
Who did?
Dominic did.
Did you ask him to purchase it?
I did not.
So you didn't know what type of ammo was in that gun. Is that right?
I knew they were 223 full metal jackets. The first time I shot it, I had to load it into the magazine.
So you knew the type of round, but you didn't know what those rounds were capable of doing. Is that fair to say?
Believe a bullet's a bullet.
As you sit here today, you know that there are different types of bullets, right?
Yes.
You know that hollow point bullets, for example, do different things to a animal or a human than full metal jacket bullets, correct?
Yeah. Full metal jacket is a defense round, like another type of defense round. I know people use full metal jacket for hunting, and hollow point is something that causes more damage.
Hollow point bullets are designed to hit the animal that they're being shot at. Let's say a deer, for example, and explode inside that body, correct?
No, I don't think so.
When you say explode, are you saying expand or explode? Because there are such things as exploding bullets.
Sure. Let me rephrase. Mr. Rittenhouse, what is your understanding of what a hollow point bullet would do if it were shot at, say, a deer?
I don't think people use hollow point.
That wasn't my question, sir. What is your understanding of what that bullet would do? Let me rephrase it then, because you're aware that people use hollow point bullets in their pistols to defend themselves against other people, correct?
Yes.
Ryan Balch, for example, testified in this trial that he was carrying a pistol loaded with hollow point ammunition for self-defense. Do you remember that testimony?
I do.
So what is your understanding, if you have one, as to what hollow point ammunition would do to a human?
I believe it would do the same thing as any other bullet. Like I said, a bullet's a bullet. I just believe hollow points. I'm sorry, I don't know much about ammo. I'm trying to think of what I remember, but I just don't know much about ammo.
So you didn't know the difference between what a full metal jacket bullet would do versus a hollow point, right?
I believe a hollow point I just don't know much about this. I believe a hollow point would cause more damage
to the first target, but it wouldn't continue through to any other targets, right?
I don't know the answer
Whereas
to
a
that.
full metal jacket bullet is specifically designed to continue through its first target and keep flying, correct?
First of all, the hollow point is not guaranteed to stay in the first object struck, which is, so what you said was not correct. Secondly,
There's no testimony on that, Your Honor.
no, but you've been testifying, and that's what Mr. We're going to take a break for lunch. Please don't talk about the case. Read, watch, or listen to any account of the trial. We'll see you, let's hope, at about 12:45. Oh, I've got a couple of hearings. Let's say 1 o'clock. I apologize for taking time away from you.
He's too nice to Kyle. This motherfucker was paid off. Shit's crazy. Yeah, I ain't gonna play much longer, you know. Really, I mean, it's a long video, like it's 7 hours and 42 minutes long, and we was at the 2 hour 54 minute mark. So, I mean, there's a lot left. You know, I pretty much just watched it throughout the day. I missed some of it. Like, I watched it live, you know, so I would like stop watching it, and instead of going back to where I was, I would just open it up, let it play live. So yeah, I mean that judge, he just, like I said, I haven't watched it all. So I don't even know if the judge goes off on the other attorney or prosecutor, wherever he was. So I don't know, but from what I've seen, it just seems like he's taking up for Kyle low key. The way he's going off on that prosecutor or attorney, whatever the fuck he is, the way he's going off on them and shit like that, and then objecting. It's just like this motherfucker is either paid, like he's paid off, or he's on some other shit thinking, because yeah, there is a lot of people that like I call them Trumpers, that support and believe that because I mean all this happened while Trump was president. Trump believes he's innocent, you know, and yeah, it's kind of one of them things where I feel like the judge is thinking, okay, if I say that he's guilty, it's gonna get bad. That's what he's thinking. Which either way, in my opinion, it's gonna get bad. Because we're going to be pissed off if he gets away with it. The Trumpers are going to be pissed off if he goes to jail. So, I mean, because they paid millions. They raised millions for his ass. So they're going to be pissed off, you know. And we're going to be pissed off if he gets away with it. So, I do not like that judge at all. Ooh. I mean, honestly, I now that I think about it, I mean, there's this judge on be on YouTube. He be letting people off with shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's an older guy. Seems like a cool dude, you know. To me, in my opinion, he don't seem like the type to give somebody a life sentence. He'll give him a second chance type shit. But other than that, I mean, the judges are evil. Evil. I mean, like, that judge has put people away for life. Probably put people to death, you know. Like, the last, as far as I can say, in Arkansas, because that's the last group of people that I know they got the needle, they got put to death. And one of them was my cousin's homie. And I think it was 13 people all of them got the needle. Like it got postponed and shit. I remember, and then it was supposed to happen, and then it got postponed to the next week. So they got another week, to kind of, live. It was crazy. I was like, damn, are they really gonna do it? And then, because they just talking about it, then postponed, and talking about it, postponed it again, and then it was like boom on the news. It was like it's official. All 13 men was executed today, or however they say it. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. That was around the time when Trump, when he dropped that big ass bomb, the mother of all bombs is what they called it. That was around that time. I remember Kim Jong-un was testing all those fucking missiles. It was around that time. Because I remember watching the news every day because I'm like, damn, like my cousin's homie is about to get the death penalty. Like he's about to get put to death. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like what Ozone's going through, like, yeah, I know somebody that has went through this, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, not a lot of people know people they get the death penalty and actually get put to death. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, I hope this ain't the second person I know. I hope, hope they don't happen. But this is the second person I know that faced it. Um, you know, next Friday they're supposed to be doing that fundraiser for Ozone. Like I said, I don't wish bad on them. Like, even though Jose, Nande, and Jeremy, they didn't do shit for him really. They definitely didn't go hard like I think they should. They didn't go hard at all. Like when I was, doing it, trying to help raise money, I felt like I was going hard. I was. Fucking. I know I was. And I was noticing not many people was doing it. So I'm like, fuck. I mean, that definitely was another reason why I went hard, because I'm like, nobody else is. So I did that. And then to hear, from everybody on, in that little small circle that, oh, they didn't want me helping. They didn't want me selling these t-shirts. And I promise you, if anybody wants a t-shirt, look, y'all see, I got, these aren't the only three. I still got some in stock. Y'all can still buy them. I seen A to Z. She's like, yeah, like, I don't know if y'all are, I know someone's selling them, or she's saying she knows someone that can make them. She's like, but all right, check this out. She's like, I know someone that makes them. And she's like, and I was one to wear a Free Ozone t-shirt. She's like, I mean, I didn't know if it was cool or not. His baby mama said, yeah, that's cool. So it's cool that she can make a t-shirt. I don't give a fuck if it's selling it or not. She said she knows somebody that makes them. You don't know, he might make her pay for that shirt. You know what I'm saying? $10 to $25. You know what I'm saying? He might not make it for free. You don't know. She might have to pay, but they okayed that. But when Boss Talk, the one that has been on here more than anybody, more than the baby mama, more than Nande Jeremy, Jose, I've been on here more than anybody speaking about freeing ozone and blah blah blah. And they said that they don't want to talk about the case and shit, right? That's fine, But guess what? Guess what? I guarantee that person, that cop, they're the people that's raising money, they're talking about it. They have to talk about it. That's how they're raising the money for him. They're talking bad about ozone. You know what I'm saying? Talking about what he did. They're saying what he did wrong. So whenever I say whenever I'm talking about what the cops are doing, what they did wrong, oh, it's a problem. Like, I tried helping. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's saying that he's gonna have about 15 guests on that's doing the fundraiser. Good for him. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they donate more than what we did last time. And I don't even want to try to sound negative and shit, but like, it's been slow. The donations have been slow. We still have not had a day like we did November 6th. And that was when everybody was on board. Talking about no bullshit was going on. We didn't have people with trust issues, really. Some kinda, but still the money was coming in. Even the people that had trust issues, they were just like, I'll just send it to this person because I don't trust this person or whatever. The money still was coming in. But the difference between that and now, the trust issues, you know what I'm saying? The grudges that people are holding, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, I hope they do good, but I'm being realistic, like saying, like, I mean, one, why didn't they do another? Why is it the November 19th? That's their second fundraiser. That would be my fifth, maybe six. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5. I'll just say it'll be my fifth fundraiser if I participated in that next week. To their second. At least I don't care if I only brought in $50 that day or whatever. Bitch, I tried. There should have been no reason why people's like, oh, 3 months later, let's do another fundraiser. Bitch, you could literally, I told y'all, people get paid every week. Desperation is pretty much what is how you need to look. You need to be desperate. To get that much money in that short period of time, you got to do whatever you can do. I'm not saying go sell your cat or your coochie. Take it both ways, I guess. Or, so some fiend shit. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least say, hey, let's do another fundraiser. Let's keep it up. Keep it going. Like, people want to bring up, oh, this person got this much money donated to them. I guarantee, yeah, they had a lot of people donating, but like that cop, they was doing all types of shit. Selling lemonade, doing car washes. I remember doing car washes for basketball fundraisers where there's no charge. Like we're not charging it. It's free. It's just we're taking donations. So if you give us a 40 or a 10, I mean, it is what it is. And I just think it's crazy, because like I said, I kept it real with y'all, like with everybody. I said that when I sell these t-shirts, it's going to go to his commissary. And I was a man of my word. Those t-shirts at that time, when I said that, I sent the commissary. Then when I found out that it was true that Ozone said he didn't want me selling t-shirts and I didn't have permission and all this other shit, like ungrateful. Because I was like, I still don't understand how someone that's in that position can sit here and choose who you want to help bring you in money. Help do this, help do that. I don't care if someone's only helping bring in $1. Bro, every fucking dollar counts. So, yeah, I just, that shit's crazy to me. Real crazy. It's like, y'all act like he ain't facing the death penalty. Y'all act like the 450,000 ain't that we, nigga, we literally need 400,000 more. Pretty much. Or 390,000 if y'all want to be real like exact, like 390,000. But y'all want to be picky on who can raise money and whatnot. It don't make no sense. But at the same time, like I said, y'all keep one. I mean, I know We Stand with Ozone shows you about how much is there, but that page, people's lost respect for that page. You know what I'm saying? That page once was a page that people like looked at as, something good, something positive that, we're coming together to raise money for them. But at the same time, they keep saying when they come on the podcast, oh, boss don't have no permission to do this. Man, I got these up here for a reason. Just a reminder. One, they're still for sale. And two, just because y'all saying that I don't have permission and trying to tell me what to do, y'all got me fucked up. Because I literally could have been in there when my wife was just fresh out of surgery. And even when she was in surgery. And shit like that. I was on here trying to help Ozone. You know what I'm saying? When I didn't have to do none of this, I could have been up in there helping. But I did it because I actually cared and I wanted to help. So, yeah. I mean, that help was there. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I would come back if Ozone was to be like, nah, bro, actually, we really, we do need your help. You know what I'm saying? But they really feel like they don't need my help. And I'm not saying like my platform is big enough to where, oh yeah, it's gonna bring in a lot of money, but it would help something. You know what I'm saying? Well, honestly, I don't even know because, like I said, by now, the way shit is, even if I said, all right, if they said, all right, Boss Talk, you can start doing your thing again, bringing the money. I don't even know if the people that even watch my show, if they're even willing to donate anymore because of the trust. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know if the money's really going to get spent on what it's supposed to. Or because shit, y'all still don't have an attorney. Y'all been bullshitting. Y'all have been bullshitting. Y'all bullshitted like a motherfucker. Yeah, so too, I don't know. Like, I once called them sheroes. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at it as, damn, they really are going to come through and pay a huge amount. And then it's just like, we all stopped hearing from them. I just feel like someone that's serious about it and really, they said that they were women of their word, right? But in my opinion, I just feel like if you, at least let the people know something more. Even like if Ozone and them, let them know something. But because if they would have let them know something, they would have came out and said, yeah, So2 still saying they're gonna help. But yeah, we're not hearing none of that. I mean, I do know So2 had a problem with non-danger Remy, just like most of us have, because of his fuck shit. But, you know, they said, we don't need Remy. We can do this without Remy. We do not need Remy, which is true. You don't need Remy to raise money for Ozone, but, you know, I haven't heard nothing about So2, you know what I'm saying, at all. And, you know, he has court next month. I mean, bruh, like, they're choosing to do the fundraiser November 19th. That means, okay, that's 1 month away from his court. Like, bruh, he was supposed to have a court October 29th. They should have started, and it got changed before then. They should have started right away with doing fundraisers every fucking week. Telling you, somebody out there, multiple people out there get paid every week. Even if every week they was like, I'm just gonna donate this 20 or 25 or whatever to it. Every week, if you know, if people was dedicated to doing that, every paycheck, be like, all right, I'm gonna just take this portion out and send it. If that happened, like, yeah, but no, they didn't want to press the issue. They didn't want to keep, like I always say, McDonald's, even though they know, you know, they're still in business, they still advertise, nigga. They advertise you. When you watching a commercial and they show a big fat ass juicy burger looking all sexy and shit. Appetite let you know, like, to bring you in to you know, come buy a burger. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? When you continuously come on here and let them know, look, y'all, we got to get him out of here, and y'all tell him whatever it is that you say. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to get the money, no motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. And yeah, you gotta work for it. So that's how people make a motherfucking living. They work for money. You gotta work for it. You can't just, I'm gonna just sit around. You can't just sit and just think it's gonna happen, bitch. You gotta do something. Man. I'm gonna be tuned in though next Friday, you know. Like I said, I hope it does good. I'm just saying, like, they did some real fucking dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they truly don't want help for him. Because if they did, they would be desperate. Meaning they're willing to take money from wherever. Wherever. I know they say that saying, all money's not good money, but bitch, this is life or death, nigga. Life or death. Like, this is one of the situations where, like, say if someone said, oh yeah, if you don't give me, like, someone, you know, cartel get your kid, said, oh, they're gonna die today if you do not come bring me money, right? The money you owe me or whatever, right? If a motherfucker says, oh, I can get the money, but I'm gonna have to kill this dude and or rob him and put a gun to his head. I might not have to kill him, but I'm gonna have to rob him. And that's the only way that you can get that money. But if you put that gun to his head and you can get it, that's one of them situations. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know they say all money's not good money, but if someone that you love is in that position and someone comes and that's the thing. We could have kicked Remy out so that we can have some trust and shit like that. And yeah, we would have been on them ads. We would still be trying to like, reach people that what's his name? Hassan Campbell. He got to big platform. I didn't realize it till 3 months later, but yeah, he mentioned Ozone's case. He talked about Ozone, and he was actually, he actually thinks he's innocent. I mean, the way he approached it, I don't like the way he approached it, because he's saying that he's thinking, oh yeah, he shot him and he had the right to shoot him. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. There's no proof he shot him. So what you mean he shot him? But still, he did bring it to a big platform. You know what I'm saying? I brought it to Kwame's platform, which was a big platform. So his shit got seen and then talked about on big platforms. It did. On EOS and End of Sentence. That's another big platform. It was talked about on there. So it was just, yeah, we didn't. Those are big platforms. So I mean, it was hard for me to get on the Kwame show. It was hard as shit, but I did, and I made sure I talked about it. And he said, "Oh shit, I've seen your show before." I said, "Oh damn, what the fuck? You seen my show before? What the fuck?" That algorithm probably, you know what I'm saying? That shit, the algorithm is real. Yeah, I'm hungry. Like I said, I'm trying. Hey, I'm on a little journey to 200 pounds. You feel what I'm saying? I'm close. Like, my motherfucking weight be going up so quick. I be surprised at myself. I'm like, damn, a nigga 190 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. But I be eating. Be eating good. I be eating good. So yeah, like I said, I'm on a journey to 200 pounds and get it all muscle. It's the process of a wish a nigga would. Wish a nigga would process. You know what I'm saying? I've always wished a nigga would, but yeah, 200 pounds, that's a little more weight behind what I already can do. And, I'm trying to make this leg right here like a brick, like solid like a brick. Because when I go upside your motherfucking body, nigga, with this leg right here, I want it to crush over your shit. If I kick you in your torso, I want it to break ribs, multiple ribs. If I hit you all up in the grill, I want to rock you so motherfucking bad. Your fucking head hurt, like hurt. I'm telling you, it's a process I got going on behind the scenes. Y'all just see me talk on here. Y'all don't see what I do behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's a process. Wish a nigga would process. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm already like a wish a nigga would. Like 190, that's already, good enough for me. Nigga, I've been able to knock big niggas out. 6'7" niggas. 300, 400 pounds. I've been able to knock them out. Because I know how to punch correctly, bruh. And kick. I know how to punch correctly. I don't just be throwing this bullshit. No, it's, straight the angle. You got to get the angle on them. You know what I'm saying? Last thing I punched, I fucked his whole ear off. You know what I'm saying? he's on the couch. Like, it felt kind of like an uppercut, but it was more like a hook, right? But it was just, and I got all up in there. You know what I'm saying? He want to go to the hospital, because it was a real situation that day. Ooh, I can't even say it, incriminating, you know what I'm saying? But it was a real deal. Motherfucking fucked with me, you know what I'm saying? Did the wrong thing. Took my money. So, then after that, all up in his ear. After that, it was just, he was crying. I'll just say that. Not because he screamed when I did that. Oh, my ear. My kids is in the other room. Shut the fuck up there, nigga. If you don't want to wake, shut him up or I'm gonna hit you again. Shut the fuck up. Then the rest is history. Yeah. I mean, don't steal from me, especially whenever I feed your kids. I mean, this is what really is really going on. Feeding you and your kids, taking care of your kids while you sleep all day because you worked night shift. I'm waking your kids up. Here's your breakfast, cereal. Here's your cartoons. Blah, blah, blah. And then you take from me. You get what you deserve. Well, you got what you deserved. Oh, yeah, he's still living, y'all. He's still living. He's still walking Earth. I didn't kill him. The fuck? But, grown man. Made him cry. Not from the, you know what I'm saying, just from stuff that was coming out my mouth, nigga. Certain shit I said, no, please, no. Oh, you want me to feel sorry for you, nigga? Where's my money? But you don't give a fuck, huh? Well, but you always got all this money, so I mean, what? Oh, so you took my money because you said, because I always have money. Shit. Give a fuck if I have a fucking rack and a big knot. I don't give a fuck. You know damn well, if you would just say, hey, I need this, of course you're going to have to pay for it back. But I'm not going to, just here. But when you take from me and you just think like it's okay, and you turn the cameras off, it's some other shit. One shot. Boom. He was fucked forever, seemed like. It was like months later. Because that day after, really scaring him, I said, hey, we can be cool. As long as you don't do it again, you pay me back, and you're sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. And I said, hey, and don't be saying this just because you're scared right now. I really want you to mean this. Because after this, nigga, if I treat you as my brother again and we cool, I won't show no remorse after this. Last chance, but I love you, bro. And we hugged, and he's crying like a baby. You know what I'm saying? And then, he got so scared he left state. I said, what the fuck? I thought everything was cool. This motherfucker says, shit. I'm gonna call the cops and tell them what they did. if he messes with me. And like, I didn't have no problems with him after that. He's making his payments on time. So, yeah, that's the story. Cause I know a few people on here like hearing stories and shit. Like I said, I try to tell stories that aren't incriminating and are just like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, good little story, something, real shit. Like, I wish I could tell you, like, really happened, but that was on some real shit. Like, bullshit. Like I said, I'm just talking to him. And he's, no, please don't. Like my kids. No. So you can imagine. I mean, you can just assume. I'll leave it in the air. Y'all can think what you want. What's said. What's said. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker think, oh, he think he hard. Okay, well, like I said, in certain nigga, well, okay. Is all I'm gonna say. Is okay. Like, you won't fuck with me. And my people. I ain't even gonna say who those people are. They're close to me. I love them. Once you get with us, nigga, it's hard. You ain't leaving. And you gonna get a treatment that you'll always remember. Like I said, this nigga was holding his ear for months. I said, you might need to go to the hospital, bro. Like, get that shit checked out. No, I'm good. He, but like he'd be sitting there playing the PlayStation, and then randomly he'd be like I guess it would just, it would be just spurts of pain. Just like he just be, and I'm just, I felt a little bad later on, like after I'm like, all right, like, because I really didn't want to have to do it, but I'm like, he made me do it. I mean, it was so much shit. I really wish I could go into detail a little more, but that's for safety precautions, and it's a damn shame he moved out of state. Like, I mean, he literally was nothing was gonna be done to him at all. Like, no more hooks to the ear. Like, I wasn't even thinking like that. I was thinking, okay, we're cool again. You know what I'm saying? Give him another chance. Because I mean, like I said, there should have been no reason he stole from me. You know what I'm saying? Like $500. So, and talking about, well, you always have money, so and I as soon as I pay the bills, I'm broke, and I only got enough to buy a sack, and that's it. I'm sorry. I mean, that's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? On the real, because I mean, get another hustle, get another job or whatever. I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, don't hate just because, I mean, I'm comfortable, able to take care of my family and yours. That's how that was. Man, yeah, like there's a big story behind that. I wish I could tell you, but I just give you a little hint. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my life is a story. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it all the way real, and I know it would be a good movie. You know what I'm saying? Or a good series. Real shit. Real shit. Because it would honestly, it would be like a movie. Like, it would seem like some gangster shit. Like, no lie. No lie. Like, if I ever become famous, I will make a movie, and that motherfucker gonna be good as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really will put a lot of time into, like the stories, and then the stories. Like, I mean, yeah, I would really go into detail, like on the series. Like, man, that would be dope. Because I'm telling you, like, Like like people that I know, like say if I'm talking to them in person, to where I don't gotta worry. I'm not on here. I can't say it, but like in person, I could say it when I know you nigga ain't on the bullshit like wearing wires and motherfucking recording and shit. From really one-on-one conversation, I tell them stories, right? Like legit, like the story I just told you, go into extra detail, and you'd be like, now you see what type of shit I used to be on, blah blah, and I've been through so many different stories that a motherfucker would think this nigga's capping, he's lying. There's no way. This bullshit. You know what I'm saying? My wife used to think the same thing when we first met. I'm not lying. She's like, you've done all that, or you did all that. I'm like, yeah. And then once she started staying the night with me all the time, and I'm like, hey baby, like, shit, I'm about to go to handle this. And then she realized, and I'm telling her, look, but when I do this, I'm gonna be in some bushes for about like 3-4 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna go straight home, come straight home. So it's this time. It'll probably take me this. So I'll be back late. Like it's gonna be like, And I think at first she really thought I was capping. No, I'm gonna really be in real bushes, hoping no bugs and shit crawl me. And I might be a little cold, but I'm gonna be taking everything I need. You know what I'm saying? Phone and all that on silent. And yeah, I'm gonna be in these bushes for about 4 hours, hiding pretty much, making for sure everything's good. Thinking smart, thinking all that shit. Yeah. It would always depend on what it is. Certain shit, I would go straight home right after. You can only imagine. Yeah. So, boy, if I just, yeah, man. Honestly, I wish I had like the people that would do it, and I would make like short movies, short clips, like, and it could be like either stories that something I've actually done, or something that I know of, like I've seen done, something happened, or I know of that happened, and just straight up like reenact those stories, like have certain little people that's willing to try to act, and that shit would be cool. You know what I'm saying? That shit would be cool, because I'm telling y'all, like, man, if I had people that was willing to act and kind of could kind of act, you know what I'm saying, go with the script. Yeah, I mean, not no damn Steven Spielberg, but like it would just be about true stories, but reenacted type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be thinking like, them rappers out there, they be having them like certain scenes and shit. Like I'll be like, nah, man, like that would be dope to like really do a scene like what you really been through, some serious shit that's like crazy. Like promise you, whoever's in that some shit that I have been through, it's intense enough to where it don't matter. The hardest nigga in the room is gonna kind of be like, I mean, oh yeah, like they taking this shit serious. Like, oh yeah, this real. They ain't about to be sitting there. This nigga crazy. They gonna be like, oh shit. Yeah. Man, I might do that. Something like that one day in life. If I have some people to act it out with me. You know what I'm saying? Willing to, I don't know. I have to work on my fake punches. You know what I'm saying? Thinking of that story I just told y'all. You know, that would be cool. That would be cool. Little short stories of some real deal Holyfield stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, not made up at all. Boy, that would be dope. I don't know. I might do something like that on my other show. You know what I'm saying? For real. For real, for real. Because I already was wanting to do pranks and shit like that. Like, on that show, anything is going to go. It could be, it could be all types of shit. But, yeah, I'm about to get up off here, y'all. Like I said, I'm hungry and shit. Yeah, I appreciate that, Truth. You know what I'm saying? And I salute to the ones that take me serious. That don't be sitting here thinking, oh, I'm sitting here bullshitting y'all, wasting y'all's time and shit. Like, nah, like, I try to tell y'all stories and shit that that won't get me in trouble, like I just, I'm out the streets and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, because my kids. But like I said, like when I look back, it's like, damn, I have done a lot of crazy shit. And I was in situations I didn't put myself in. It was just like karma, I guess you could say. It caught up with me. Like I was, I told before where a nigga, I did not know who he was. I just had problems with some niggas and they told a certain dude, I don't know if they paid him like a hit. And it must have been the nigga walked up on me. I'm like by this car, waiting on the motherfucker to click the button to unlock the car. So I'm on passenger side, like, just waiting for him to unlock the car. And I see a dude walking. I've never seen this motherfucker before, so I don't think, okay, he's an enemy or to be like aware of him. And this situation literally made me be on point always, like looking around, like if I see I just know what to look for now because of it. This nigga had a hoodie, had his hands in his fucking hoodie, and the way he's walking, it kind of made me like watch him or whatever, because it just looked like he's walking toward the car that I'm standing at. So it's like, is this nigga about to walk up on me and like, hey bro, can I use your phone? Hey, you got some money? Or you got $1 or whatever? And I could tell he was kind of a rookie, I guess you can say, just because like a real nigga would have like run up on me with the gun out like this. Hey, don't move. Telling you don't move, and then we get close and then blow you away. But no, this nigga, he was on the other side of the car and started shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is some rookie shit. Like get a little closer to where, get it to where, hey, don't run. And then get him. Like, like that's a real killer. Walk up on him for real. Like, look, the nigga, yeah. He still shot at me. You know what I'm saying? He put 2 through the motherfucking windshield. You know what I'm saying? And I'm already ducking and I'm like trying to look and, at the same time grab my gun out. And because I had already been in the shootout earlier, some years before that, young age. So I always was like, I need a pistol. Like, so I had a bunch of them, 5 or more. And yeah, I would carry that shit because I was like, when you get shot at for the first time, it's like, hell no. Like, the feeling without it and getting shot at, the feeling without having a fucking gun, that shit sucks. It's like, man, fuck that shit. I'd rather get caught with it than get caught without it. And I'm talking about, like, even with police, I'd rather them catch a gun charge than to get caught slipping again and a motherfucker shoot at me and I cannot shoot back. I just, oh my God, like gotta hope I'm able to duck and get away, nigga. So yeah, I'm just trying to get away while he's still shooting. I want to say he probably did empty the clip on my ass, but I got mine out and I cocked it and my dumb ass forgot it was already cocked and a fucking extra bullet pulled up and it jammed the gun up. I'm like, what the fuck? So as like he's still shooting, I'm like, while all this is going on, I'm like, oh my fucking God, like I'm freaking out. Oh my God, like so I had to pull the barrel back and just like smack the fucking bullet out and then cock it again. You know what I'm saying? Shit pissed me off though. Scared the fuck out of me. All that. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm about to die. This would happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. But like as soon as I got it cocked, I'm like, nigga, I was feeling like, oh yeah, nigga, I'm about to get you. You know, I felt confident, I guess you could say. And the nigga was already in the car, and I heard the tires, squeal. And so yeah, I stood up, kind of like making sure that's what it was. Like he was left, and yeah, I just started shooting. I'm trying to hit the back of the car and shit, but. After that put me on point, like I'm telling you. Like, I'm different now because of that. So when I'm out in public, like I'm looking for like anything suspicious. And even if a motherfucker hears this and is like, oh, I can't do anything suspicious. Nah, nigga, just trust me. Like that really fucked me up to where nigga like I'm gonna know. And if you walking up on me with your hands in your pocket, you might get a gun pulled out on you. Cause I've done that before. Nigga, get your because nigga, I'm thinking somebody about to do me in again, and I don't even know this dude. Same as motherfucking last time. Didn't know the nigga, but the nigga started throwing at me, nigga. So. Yeah, that's why I thought, and I never seen the nigga again. I don't know if it could be because it's a rookie. Because in my opinion, if it was a real hit, a real killer would have been like, okay, well, I didn't get him this time. I'm doubling back. Especially, if they won that money. Shannon, have you sent because you got blocked twice, so this is your third this is what I'd be saying. So many people be making so many accounts just to comment. Have you put any money on his books or anything like that? For people that want to say free somebody, have you did anything for him? Like you really, along with all the other motherfuckers that be making 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 motherfucking YouTubes just to comment on here. See, that's what I'm saying, Shannon. You want to come on here and say free Kendrick, but you ain't really for him. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers want to say, oh, free this, free that. Nigga, like, you don't even know where he's at. How is that? But you say free him. Bitch, he could be out of jail and you wouldn't know. But you want to just, come say free him. Where is he at? That's dumb. For you to say where he's at, but want to say free him. It's like, bitch, that should let you know he could be out of jail and you would be sitting here saying free King Kendrick. You're a lame and a racist And please stop motherfucking making multiple fucking YouTubes just to comment. Get off my nuts, nigga. All of y'all that's doing that shit. Y'all should, I mean, yeah, I let a lot, sometimes a lot, you know, I argue with you in the comments or whatever. I let a lot of shit slide. But damn, nigga, once you get blocked and then you come back, you could probably literally get a second chance if you know, talk, you know, with some fucking respect. But when you come in with some silly dumb shit and you get blocked again and you come back, bruh, you're doing too much. Too much. Like that. I'm telling y'all, I got multiple people, y'all, that have made, I'm not capping when I say 5+ accounts. You got that nigga Gleek. You know what I'm saying? You got Kirky Durky the bitch. You got the watchdog bitches. This nigga Shannon right here. Damn. These and I can keep going. Jasmine. Multiple motherfuckers out there that have made multiple accounts. And you go to that page and you see, damn, they made their fucking Facebook or their YouTube yesterday or today. Damn. Why do they want to comment so motherfucking bad? They want to be seen so bad. But I should piss them off for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, they spend all that time trying to make another one. And then I put them in timeout or whatever. And now their comment was they did all that for nothing. That's pretty much what they be doing. Making all them accounts block. Nigga, you wasted all that time. You wasted another fucking email address or whatever you had to do. It's just like, damn, nigga. Damn. Thirsty ass bitches and niggas. But yeah, Shannon, go ahead and make you another account. Go ahead and make you another one real quick. But yeah, hey, y'all stay the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. If you ain't subscribed, please do. I'm on my journey to 1,000. You know, like I said, it's gonna be a little different when I can go live on here. And see, I know there's a way that you can go live without 1,000 subscribers, because I seen Tiffany do it. She only has like 300, but I don't want to do that. I don't want the easy route. You know what I'm saying? I want to be patient and wait till I get 1,000 to where it's official, because I got the watch hours. Oh yeah, I got over 20,000 watch hours, and all you need is 4,000 watch hours to be monetized, right? I'm not gonna be monetized because I want to be able to just say fuck you, bitch, and fuck your bitch. You know what I'm saying? And not have to worry about the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be able to go live. I want to be able to go live. You know what I'm saying? I want to earn it. I don't want to have to be like, oh yeah, we can do it this way. To go, no, I want to earn it. The mobile way, yeah, you got to have 1,000 subscribers. I want that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know. Yeah, love y'all. Yeah, I'm glad my nigga Delta out. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting here thinking, what else should I say? And I was thinking, should I say free Delta? But yeah, it's fresh. The nigga out. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, out the mud. Get this shit out the mud. You know, I want to feel like I don't want to be the nigga that paid for subs. Fuck that. I don't care if it takes me 2, 3 more months, 6 months. When I get there, I want to say I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember my first video got 35,000 views. I said, man, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, my first video. I still haven't got a video that, seen that much. But my first video got 35,000 views on that bitch. And I said, damn. Like, that motherfucker kept going up, like, fast, too. I was like, damn. I thought it was, that one was going to go viral. You feel me? But, yeah. But, yeah. I'm tired and I'm hungry and I want to eat the fucking shit out of something sexy. You know what I'm saying? Something sexy. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with y'all. Love y'all. Y'all should know what that is, right?